to 7. McVay 12 3-1 ATS run against Arizona, pounded in the first meeting. Didn't have Puka. He's on a 15-2 ATS run in December. And with so many injuries with Arizona, we'll see if Murray can deliver, who's a 31-17-2 run ATS as a dog. I don't think their hearts are going to be in it, though, knowing that they've been eliminated and their season's over. Helps that they're on national TV. Again, with the tax, though, 6.5, 7. But I think the Rams take care of business. But this is a lot of points here in this one. But I think the Rams get it done, and that'll do it for Seattle. Because then you get 4 out of the 6 teams that need to win. It's like a prop bet. It's got to go over 3.5, these teams, to clinch the strength of victory tiebreaker as well. Late games. Green Bay and Minnesota. If the Vikings win, it'll be the 4th sweep in the last 25 years. Darnold, 15-1 touchdown INT ratio in his last 6 games. Packers 1-3 in the division. This is crazy. It's an all-timer. The fact that you could win 12, 13 games, finish in 3rd place, and be what, the 6th seed?
They're going to be the 6th, I think.
That could happen too.
Yeah.
With the
What's the most likely to happen is the 6th.
That's right, yeah.
But they could be 5, 6, or 7. But it's most likely 6.
Yeah. Swept against the Lions, blown out at home against Detroit. We're getting down big against the Vikings in the first meeting. Clawed their way back, lost a close one, missed 2 field goals in that one with Narveson, but a big upgrade bringing McManus. Since they acquired him, he's made 16 of 17 kicks. What quarterback's going to make a big mistake? You might say it's going to be Sam, although Love did it in the first meeting. Love had struggled early on against the blitz. No one blitzes more than Minnesota and Flores. But Love has been solid of late, but we'll see if he turns it over here. I'm with Chernoff. This one is too. I'm just surprised it's Pick or it's Circa. It's Caesars the other day. Green Bay was laying 1. I just think it's all right there for Minnesota. Everything's going their way. The year Darnold's had, and if they win out, they get the 1 seed. Mm-hmm. And Green Bay kind of like accepting their fate that they got to go win 3 road games.
Yeah, Washington can still get the 6th and Green Bay the 7th. Right, they're a game behind Green Bay that way. So yeah, it could be 5, 6, or 7. But think about that. 7 is likely at Philly, 6 is likely at the Rams, and the 5 is likely at Tampa or Atlanta. Right? There's no gimme spots there.
These are all great games.
Think about the NFC playoffs last year, Paul. The Rams gave Detroit everything they wanted in Detroit.
Right.
Tampa Bay gave Detroit everything they wanted in Detroit. Green Bay should have won in San Francisco, and Detroit should have won in San Francisco. Every game was really a great game last year, and it's shaping up that way this year, I think, for the NFC at least.
Yeah. Probably you think it's going to be Detroit, Green Bay round 3, and then Minnesota, Philly?
Yeah, I think
that could fall.
I think it's Green Bay at the Rams, and then I think Green Bay plays Philly in round 2, and Detroit plays Minnesota in round 2. If Minnesota wins a road game, I don't know.
Not the other way around.
They had this great game. They had this great season, right? Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win a road game.
Yeah. Sunday night, I'm going against Chernoff. I'm with Mike Palm. Like Washington here, it's going to be the 20th year in a row where we didn't have a repeat champ in the NFC East. Eagles win, they clinch the division. I think they'll get it done against Dallas. Love Barkley over props. As we talked about, it's going to be Pickett, and that's 7.5 in that game. No Lamb for Dallas, but 4. Adam thinks it gets down to 3 in some spots, and then Samich will make the case for the under coming up as well, 47.5. Atlanta can't stop anything unless it's against bad teams and bad offenses. So kind of phony the numbers because you played Ritter and Locke the last couple of weeks. I just think Daniels is going to have all day to throw and light them up in a big game from McLaurin and a big game from the Washington offense. Who knows? Maybe Penix proves me wrong, but he has to do so. I tip my cap to him. It's a contest play as well. If he happens to get me in his first ever road start against Dan Quinn, just say, okay, great job, and now they have a chance to win the division, and they were 5-1 not that long ago. So Tampa opened the door, see if Atlanta can take advantage. Certainly they have a ton of weapons. Cousins wasn't giving you anything, but I think people disagree a little bit with the assessment of how Penix looked last week, but you thought he struggled, and maybe that's the case Sunday night. But give me Washington in this one.
Yeah, you're right. Minnesota at Philly, Green Bay at Detroit could be the Final 4 in the NFC.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Not you were going to make the case for Washington, though?
Well, Washington, that's my best play this weekend. I'm not sold. I know Chernoff says that the experts thought that Penix looked good. I didn't. I thought his timing was off. You couldn't put him in a better spot than playing at home against the Giants who are going to give the ball away twice. And you're always going to play up front. You don't have any worry about this team that's going to try to get the number 1 seed. And now that will be a hostile atmosphere. It might be very windy as well. Adam brought up the rain. I also saw gusts up to 30 miles an hour with the rain, which to me is a bigger factor to the total than the rain. I don't think rain is a big factor in total. I think wind is. And I actually think is for the under. And I actually think snow favors the over. Because when you know where you're going and the defense doesn't on an icy or slick field, I think it favors offense. But anyhow, yeah, that's my best bet in the NFL is, and I know Adam says that the 4, you don't lay 4 because it's going to come down to 3-120. Well, we'll see.
Like the Colts against the Giants, 6-1 ATS. Straight up, ATS and straight up against teams with a losing record. Giants would become the first team in history to go 0-9 at home. Lost 10 in a row and a 1-9 ATS run as well. Second worst run defense. I hope it's Richardson. That means a big day for Taylor and could be a big day on the ground for Richardson as well. Panthers, Bucks. Carolina's covered 6 in a row as a dog. No Otten, no Shepard, no Winfield. Could be big game for Evans, who's in the low 80s. You mentioned the angle, too, trying to get him 1,000 yards. That prop is up, by the way, at DraftKings. It's one that the Buccaneers have to have. Also, you're paying a tax, though, but they should have lost the first meeting. But we'll see what Young can do if he could keep it close, and the back door could be open in this one. And one of the 2 late games, Dolphins-Browns, and now the total down to 37.5 with Njoku out and Tillman out. DTR's awful. Miami's defense much improved, but again, you got Waddle and Hill banged up. I think it's a big deal for Miami to get to 9-8, but I don't know about laying the points with Miami. What do you think? Under?
I think you could look at Cleveland as the lowest scoring team.
Yeah, that's okay.
What did they score last 6 against Cincinnati? I mean, Cincinnati kept giving them the ball. Yep. You've really created this window where the whole world's going to be watching Packers-Vikings because who's going to want to watch this game? It's the only other game.
Can't do it.
Everybody.
What if something happens? What if it's a blowout in the Minnesota game? You're stuck.
You're stuck for 4 hours with nothing.
Yeah, you get an extra
No
sandwich.
bowl games, no nothing.
God.
No nothing.
I can't believe they did that. In pocket, coming up next, rapid fire, what we're betting. Wembanyama back. Wembanyama tonight in the movement with his numbers coming up.
There's nothing more valuable. It's what drives everyone to make the most of every moment. We celebrate living large in the now. In a city where time disappears, we create experiences that electrify the soul and memories that will last forever. We go big, we go all night, and here, everyone is invited. So get loose and get loud.
This is Circa. You'll have the time of your life.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Want to see who at VSiN is on a hot streak? Go to vsin.com/picks to see all the selections and weekly leaderboard of VSiN hosts, writers, and guests. Become a VSiN Pro subscriber and get every pick sent to your inbox daily. Just head to vsin.com/pro. Trying to stay ahead of the game? Look no further than VSiN's YouTube page. Find expert analysis, game previews, and best bets from all of our shows. No matter what sport you're looking to bet on, follow at VSiN Live on YouTube for everything you need.
is not done. These games are a burial, a blowout, a human lock. You can bet your unborn children's children on these games.
I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
In-pocket plays are hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy. If you're ever injured, check out Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. If you're ever injured, check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more info, go to forthepeople.com/bestbets or dial #law, pound 529 from your cell. Forthepeople.com/bestbets or #law, pound 529 from your cell. We love you, Morgan & Morgan. All right, a bunch of props here. Barkley over rushing yards, as I mentioned, 112.5, 111.5, depends where you shop. Dallas 28th against the run. He's 284 away, I believe 284 away from breaking Dickerson's record. Love Dickerson's reaction. I'm not rooting for him. Hell no, right? But with Hurts out and a big dose of Barkley and feeding him early and often in that one, Carolina, first half over 24.5 against Tampa. Hunter Henry over 44.5 receiving yards going against his former team. 8+ targets, 4 of the last 5 games. Jonnu Smith over 46.5 receiving yards. Take a look at the receptions as well. It'd be huge if you have Hill and Waddle out, or certainly both are banged up. Herbert, no interception, -120. Cowboys, longest made field goal. Shop it. It's plus money. Can you believe it? At DraftKings, it's +115. I mean, this guy's automatic, and they'll trot him out from 50.
Elliott can't. They go on 4th down. They don't even let him try.
Yeah, he finally made one, but you can't, right? So we're getting out of control here as well. But everyone with the Wembanyama mania and easy cash on Christmas. So he's up to 25 points with the prop tonight, and it's 3 made threes, significant juice, -180. 4 made threes is plus $1.30. Let me give you the game log. These are threes. Attempts: 16, 13, 8, 15, 9, 9, 9, 14, 13, 13, 16, 12, 9. There were a couple stinkers in there. There was only 7. But this guy, going back here, has been bombs away with a ton of shots and a ton of threes. And they're taking on the Nets tonight as well. So I think the same thing. And these, they'll be ready to go. Hanging out there, spending the holidays in New York. So over made threes with Wembanyama. Other stuff to look at and consider. Thielen over 54.5. Evans 82.5. Bowers 66.5. Samic will make the case for McBride. 64.5. Chase, I think, is too high. 92.5. Surtain's only allowed 234 yards the whole season. And the last time they met, he had 1 catch in the game. So, and Mike made the case, too, with Brown's lowest scoring team. So many good props up there with the leaders, weekly leaders, Saturday and Sunday, and the high-low as well. Seahawks, first quarter was a winner. And how about that? 43-0 run. Bears outscored in the first quarter of the last 5 games. You know what we'll do with the
nice
final
script.
game?
They always got a nice script.
Oh, my God, this coaching staff. Vicious beat. Williams, no interception. Throws it up for grabs on 4th and 10, final play. And he went over his rushing yards. That's a winner. 5 of the last 6 he's gone over. It was a good write-up from Mr. Cohen on the VSiN website as well. There we go. Take it away, Maestro.
Yep, Commanders, we talked about this, laying the 4 against Penix and the Falcons at home on Sunday night. I've got Colorado. I think Colorado has approached this bowl game well. Alamo Bowl against BYU. They're loose. They're going to play their kids. I think it's important to be there. It's a great recruiting tool.
How long is
for
the
Prime.
question?
Well,
tough one.
BYU was playing over their skis for a while, too. I mean, Houston came very close to beating BYU and sending Colorado to the Big 12 championship game against Kenny Dillingham. And then I've talked about this Missouri. I think there's a big talent differential here. Ferentz with smoke and mirrors somehow won 8 games. Iowa's one of only 5 teams that's won 8 games the last 5 years in every year in college football. it's amazing how they even got to that point. Though I think huge talent differential here. Luther Burden is going to is not going to play, but neither is the back for Iowa, Johnson. And so you're going to get the fourth string and fifth string quarterbacks. I don't know how Iowa's going to muster up much of an offense. I think this game's a runaway. So laying the 3 with Missouri there.
All right, good job. Reaction earlier to, and there's some people that agree with you about the Shauna's son, who's 9 years old, always whining and crying and wanting to get his way. And we're out on our birthday dinner, and he must have called 5-6 times for just ridiculous stuff. I'm thirsty, we're out of water, whatever. And it's just, this is from Bert. You got to understand kids didn't grow up the way we did. My son's 11, he's needy. When I was his age, I was running wild. You're dealing with a whole other dynamic. But have a little sympathy, he said. Another guy says you have to run ASAP. He'll always want his mommy. And another says he's jealous of you, fighting for his mom, attention, considerate. And you can't say a word. It's part of the deal. Mile High David as well. And your son just turned 9 today as well. But he's a hockey player. He's tough. He doesn't need that stuff. But, to the one point about it, everything's a phone call away, though. And they abuse it as well.
I think we should put up a Twitter poll here, Paul. I've just thought of this in my mind here. Worst take. Paul's impatience with girlfriend's 9-year-old son,
right?
Or Mitch wanting to return baby after 4 days. That'd be an interesting poll.
Okay.
I think it's an interesting Twitter poll to put up.
No,
I don't
my whole thing was
do all those things.
You got that right. Well, my whole thing was, when is he going to grow out of this? How long is this going to continue? Because when I was a kid,
can you fade it?
It was just like,
can you fade it? I mean,
I'm running out of time.
Yes, I know.
Sure, it's sure. That's going to lose my boyish good looks at some point, right? Got that. But this is, well, I shouldn't say. She's up there, getting up there. 30. Okay, so. It's like when I never wanted to hang out with my parents after that certain age, and it's like, I can't wait to go home, right? This kid loves it. He relishes it. Can I get home? Where's mom? Can I hang out with mom? When are you coming home? When are you coming home? Nonstop. When are you coming home? It's going to be okay. Play with your video games. Hang out with your friends, something.
In his defense, when you grew up with sort of dominant just one parent and not the two parents, you start to lean on that one parent.
All right.
And it gets to be you and me against the world stuff.
Very good.
I'm just trying to make a case to try to bring a person with no empathy some empathy.
Okay, well done. Sure. And I have no patience, and that's a big problem.
No patience, no empathy.
That's a big problem.
No empathy.
That's right. I thought you were going to do the Madonna line. No justice, no peace. No. Madonna 2 hours late.
5 hours late. I was trying to get a riot there at Caesars.
How about this? Share your Uber horror stories. Uber Eats or Uber in general. Shauna also just was sick. It was not alcohol related. She was sick and threw up in the Uber car. She felt it was coming on. She had the bag, but also helped the guy out and cleaned it up. But we also had this with the guys behind the glass. They ordered from a restaurant down the road. The guy, for whatever reason, couldn't find the plaza. He's like, and the guys are right. It's like, how can you not find you're an Uber driver? It's right across the street. He drops the food off here at the Circa Valet and leaves it on the garbage. Like in the garbage area.
Did he text them? The foods? Did he take a picture of the food on the garbage can and send it to him?
Yeah, but they said the valet guy verified it wasn't touched with, it wasn't messed with, and it was okay. I just can't believe that. I'm not a big Uber Eats guy. I can't believe they just sit there and they just leave it at your door or leave it anywhere, just call it good, and I go, okay, I got more stops to make on about my day. He leaves it in the guy. He couldn't find the one. The drop was supposed to be a plaza. He goes out here to the front valet and leaves it on the garbage.
Unacceptable. Something happened. I can't remember. I'm going to try to remember during the break. Something happened to me at a restaurant in the last week and I can't. I'm trying to. It triggered me though. I got very upset. My wife said, they're just trying to do their job. And then you see all these people attacking Chipotle employees and all that. But I got hot.
Fill up the bowl and record it.
Yeah,
I'm shaming them and recording it.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
But something happened with me with food somewhere. I can't remember.
Remember the video where the guy dropped off the Uber Eats and the bear came and took it. Yeah. I mean, how do you explain that one? Refund, please. Oh, he comes in and grabs the bag, right? Yes. But it's like, I can't get a call. You can't call. Hey, by the way, your food's here. Here we go. I'm coming.
Send them
2 minutes
Monday.
away.
Send in your stories for Monday.
Yeah. Uber Eats horror stories. I thought that was good. I just had 2 in the last couple of days, and at least
I've never used it.
Yeah?
No, I've never used it. I get upset, though, because you go into Capriati's and you order 3 sandwiches, but they got 12 Uber Eats orders that they're working on.
That's right.
And you're sitting there, we got to fill the orders there,
right. Well, you see this stuff, too, with the pizza. They just throw it down on the ground, and the stuff all over the place and scattered about, right?
Awful.
Yeah. Ready to take your tailgate to the next level? Got to try Sewell's Barbecue. Born from a backyard cookout in a mason jar of unforgettable flavor, Sewell's become a Southern favorite, delighting taste buds from Georgia to the Carolinas. From smoky ribs and mouth-watering wings to the perfect backyard burger, Sewell's turns every bite into a flavored pack experience. Order now, Sewell'sBarbecueSauce.com. Southern hospitality never tasted so good. Sewell'sBarbecueSauce.com. Flavor this good, just a click away.
Here's a teaser for Monday, too. I've heard you mention you think it's kind of stretching the bounds of credulity to consider Pete Carroll as your head coach.
It's outrageous. It's Schefter doing something with the agent. Go ahead.
Well, but I mean, he's a 74-year-old Super Bowl winning head coach. But you can't believe no one will hire 73-year-old Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick. Let's talk about that on Monday. The dichotomy of those two thoughts.
Yes. Rapid fire picks and props. He's been hot. Mike Somich in studio next. Follow the money. Happy holidays.
Sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network. This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
You'll like one of them. We're live. Hold on. Gonna close strong here. Back on Follow the Money. Told Mike Somich to come heavy. Mike Palm in as well. He's here on Monday as well. Mitch is out back Tuesday. First thing first, 35-13 Vandy in the bowl game. Minus 18.5 in play, 54.5. The total now is they opened up a can here against Georgia Tech. And the final earlier today, Navy beat Oklahoma. How you doing, Mr. Somich?
Doing great. I'm doing great. I am looking forward to this NFL weekend. This is my dream here. I love standalone games because I love being able to play player props in game, and we get that opportunity with 3 tomorrow. We've got the Monday night, the Sunday night game. So love this NFL slate. Looking forward to it. And then I'd love college bowls as well. I don't bet a ton of them before the actual game starts, but in game for college bowls and being able to kind of look through, okay, who's in, who's out, and try and get in a little ahead of it. You can get some pretty good lines even on game day in these things.
I thought that was a good. Sorry, Mike. I thought that was a good angle with Arkansas State. Yeah. Just figured they couldn't stop the rushing attack, and they were going to be in that game.
I actually think that even though with all the uncertainty, the end game is really interesting. When you come out and you see who competes, how do they match up, and like you could just start betting the over in that Kansas State-Rutgers game last night. Just keep hitting it. At every venture, you'd have never booked a loser if you did just bet over at every commercial break or whenever you could.
And that was an interesting one because Kansas State rush defense so good during the regular season, and we saw they came out and they were just not interested on defense. And you knew that the Kansas State offense would be able to get it going at some point. And when you have that defense playing the way it is, like you said, it's an easy one to pop the over button in game.
Before we get started, Paul, I do have to ask Mike this. I know you do this and that. You bet some horses here. You bet some college here, some NHL, but next Saturday night at 7 o'clock when it's over, when the season of the contest show is done, how are you going to adjust your life? Because this has been a focal point for you now for 4 months, what you and Matt Brown have done documenting this Survivor throughout the year.
It's going to be kind of sad. Right. I mean, it's a lot of fun to talk about Survivor week in, week out, look at who people have left, how you're going to adjust to that, and then be able to talk about some of these people on the show, some of the stories that we get, and hear from Jeff and Derek what's going on behind the book on some of these NFL games too, which I think is really valuable on that show. So I'll shift my attention to college basketball. Where else are you going to go, right? I mean, you get the college basketball slate, to me, really officially starting when you have these conference games that kick off. It's when I like to start betting college basketball because you have a lot more knowns than unknowns like you do early in the season. So once the NFL season winds down and you've got those contest shows that are over, for me, it moves to college basketball.
Over, under 5.5 teams selected Saturday.
This week? I will go over. I think we're going to have quite a few teams that are selected with just kind of some of the jockeying for position here in the last couple weeks. We're through the holiday weeks now. We got quite a few people left. And there are a lot of different options on the board as well. I could see people going to 7 to 8 different teams here. So I think we'll go over 5.5.
Interested to see if the one person that is Washington available uses them, because you know where you stand with the late game. Ready, set, bet, and also the contest show, which you must watch Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on VSiN. Okay. In 7 years, I've never seen a guest have this many bets, and I'm not complaining.
Wes Reynolds has never been a guest on your show?
This is not. This okay. So we'll go out to Santa Anita coming up as well, and you might, if we have time, they'll sneak in some hockey. So you mentioned this, and you're right, with the standalone games and the triple header tomorrow. Number one, Chargers side and a couple props. Take it away. I'm picking up what you're putting down here.
Yeah, let's go Chargers minus 4.5. This game opened at 6. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And then it got down to 4 at one point. This is a Chargers team that I think has a lot of advantages, and you'll catch that from my prop plays as well. It's a Patriots rush defense that has been not very good, 24th in the league in yards per game. They've given up 160 yards per game on the ground over the last 3 games as well. That's 28th in the league. Dobbins comes in here with a 56.5 rushing number. We'll go over there.
Yes.
This is one of those situations when he went on IR, they talked about how he didn't need to go on IR. But because it was Dobbins and they wanted to make sure he was fresh heading into the late part of the season, they were going to send him there. Not surprised he's coming back. I don't have a big injury concern there. And look, my guy Ladd McConkey is playing. He's been one of those receivers that I have really leaned on this year from a prop perspective, and it's paid off. He's getting to the higher point of his numbers here at 72.5. And I am a little concerned that the Chargers end up in a run-first setting here in the second half. But when you look at what McConkey does against man coverage, he's top 10 in the NFL according to PFF versus man coverage. His target share goes up versus man coverage. New England plays the second most man coverage in the NFL, almost 40% of their snaps. It's just too good of a matchup for McConkey here, who also is going to avoid their number one cornerback because he doesn't travel. He plays on the outside. McConkey gets a lot of snaps from the slot. I think Ladd McConkey has a chance to have a big game here. I think the Chargers cover.
All right. McConkey over. Dobbins over. Chargers cover. I'm with you with the Chargers as well, and Dobbins should have a big game. Middle game, Brown over receiving yards, and let's ladder.
Yeah, look, Chase Brown here, he has been great from a all-purpose yard perspective the last few weeks. He gets rushing yards, gets receiving yards, but then you take a look at this matchup here with the Denver Broncos. This is just a great spot for Chase Brown to be able to have success from a receiving perspective. It's a Denver team that loves to blitz, loves to play man coverage behind him, and you have Patrick Surtain manned up with their number one wide receiver in Jamar Chase. That means the targets have to go somewhere else. Chase Brown's gone over 50 yards in three games this season, including 3 of the last 6. His receiving prop at just 27.5 yards. Let's take Chase Brown over 27.5 yards and ladder him up to 50 yards or more. That's a plus 300 number. I think it's a shot for a huge day here against the Broncos.
Okay, what does McBride do in the late game?
He feasts. This is man versus zone, right? This is a team that you're going to see a lot of zone against for this Arizona Cardinals team when you talk about the Los Angeles Rams. And with them constantly in zone coverage here, McBride gets the opportunity to be able to get more targets in this situation. His target share goes up. And we saw him last week have his worst game of the season. Feels like a situation where they're going to want to feed him in this spot here. You can get over 6.5 receptions for plus 100. So I'm looking for receptions, not yards here. I think McBride gets 10-plus targets in this game. He'll catch at least 7 of them.
All right, let's get nuts. Let's get aggressive, and I'm with this one, too. It didn't work out Monday, but they fell behind, and the game plan changed as well. Miller, rushing yards against the Raiders.
Yeah, Kendre Miller, man. He had the opportunity 2 weeks ago, and we saw Kamara go down late in that game. He had the most carries in that game. Last week, you called it. Look, the game script didn't play into it, and because of that, we haven't seen an adjustment from a player prop rushing total perspective here. Sitting at just 40.5 rush yards right now for Kendre Miller against just a putrid Raiders rush defense that specifically struggles against outside zone runs. Well, guess what? That's what the Saints want to run here. So I think Kendre Miller gets quite a few opportunities on these outside zone runs. I'll ladder him up all the way to 80 yards here in this spot. The 40.5 yard mark is his regular number. We'll go over that. 60-plus yards, plus 225, and 80-plus, plus 550 for Kendre Miller.
That's awesome. That's aggressive. Now, I think Taylor has a huge game against the Giants, but you're attacking in a unique way.
I am. Like, I want to play the over on Jonathan Taylor rushing attempts. I want to look at the rushing yards, but they're just ballooned up at this point, right? We're seeing it at 100-plus yards on the rushing side. You're seeing it 23.5, 22.5 rushing attempts. Give me the longest rush for Jonathan Taylor here. It's at 18.5. He's gone over that total in 7 of 12 games. 2 of those games that he did not go over against the Lions and the Vikings, which were both negative game scripts. He got just 11 and 13 carries in those 2 games. This Giants team is 31st against the rush. In the last 3 weeks, they have allowed 12 explosive run plays on the ground. Let's go with Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 yards for his longest rush.
All right. This also creative. How about a running back matchup? Head-to-head here.
My favorite bet of the week.
Okay.
If you can find this one out there, I would lay a lot more than 11.5 yards. This is my favorite bet of the week. It's available over on DraftKings. Bucky Irving, minus 11.5 yards versus Chuba Hubbard. First off, let's just talk about the game script here. You've got an 8-point favorite for the Buccaneers. They're most likely to run the football more than the Panthers because of that. On top of that, let's just rewind here back to the first matchup. Bucky Irving goes for 125 rush yards. Chuba Hubbard goes for 43. So just slightly covering that 12-yard advantage that you need. Carolina last against the run in the NFL. Tampa Bay is the 10th best against the run in the NFL. If you want to shrink that window down, just the last 3 games, Carolina averaging 208 yards on the ground. Tampa Bay averaging 51.3. So let's go Bucky Irving minus 11.5 rush yards against Chuba Hubbard.
I haven't looked at that before. How much matchups do they have? A lot of them? A lot of options?
Usually you'll see wide receiver 1 versus wide receiver 1. You might see the tight ends against each other, and you'll usually see the running backs against each other as well. And there are certain scenarios where, like, I like Bucky Irving's over at 81.5, and I like Hubbard's under at 70.5. But I would rather play the 2 against each other just because of the upside I see with Irving and the bust side I see with Hubbard.
Okay, 2 more props to get to.
When do we need to give you a race out? In this segment or the next one?
Let's do it in this one.
Yeah, Paul, he said at the end of this one.
It's going to go off. It goes off here.
What? Somebody's got to host the show. Somebody's got to host the show, all right?
I thought he said the start of segment 2.
The end of the first segment.
Okay.
So we're going to head out to Santa Anita here. We're going to go to race number 8. I don't like playing favorites.
Okay.
But I do like the favorite in this spot quite a bit. Cooey, the one horse here. It's a Bob Baffert trainee. You like the name, don't you, Mike?
Yeah, I do like the name.
It's a solid name there with Cooey there, the one. Bob Baffert trainee, even money, first-time starter. There's a lot of buzz around this horse. That this is going to be one of Baffert's very, very good horses. I want to look for value, though. So let's play an exacta colt here. 1 with 3. Scoozy, the 3 horse here. Mark Glatt has been absolutely on fire at Santa Anita. Very good with first-time starters. Very good with 2-year-olds. And the horses that are getting bet in this race, the 5-horse Surf Song and the 7-horse McKechnie, both have run before. I wasn't overly impressed, and they're not really good second-time out trainers as well for those 2 horses. So let's try and find a little value here. The 1 Cooey over the 3 Scoozy, 12-1 right now for that colt exacta.
Ooh, that'd be a big cash. All right. Good work, Mike. Thanks, Mike, as well. Up next, 2 more props, 2 sides, 2 totals. Close strong. VSiN, follow the money.
Got a good thing coming. Just wait and see. It's a good.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
And shout out to Elijah Moore as well. Oftentimes he's Elijah less. Keep in mind, Sean Payton is evil for fantasy football.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Steven is an owner-operator truck driver.
Hiya, folks.
Steven traded up to Geico for serious commercial insurance for both his truck and cargo, all for a seriously great rate.
Ooh, I got one.
Got one what?
A good pun.
This isn't one of those ads.
There's something wrong with that forklift, but it's a giant fork you can't lift, right?
We take commercial insurance very seriously here, Steven.
I'm only semi-serious, huh? You get it?
I see what you did there. Get more with Geico Commercial Insurance. Trade up today at geico.com/commercial. This is Joan.
Morning.
Joan is an owner-operator truck driver.
Yep, hauling some produce today.
She doesn't have the time to fool around.
Whew, so true.
Joan traded up to Geico Commercial Insurance for serious 360 coverage, not just for her truck, but for her cargo. She can even get serious savings for her inspection history.
So, where's the Geico twist? Is Napoleon gonna come out driving a forklift?
Bonjour.
No, this is a serious Geico ad.
Oh, no. Au revoir.
Get more with Geico Commercial Insurance. Trade up today at geico.com/commercial.
On social media, at VSiN Live on Twitter and at VSiN Live on Instagram.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
at the front door.
Nate ahead. Drop back now for Hanrahan. Hanrahan shot. He scores!
See it red, I gotta get it out.
Osborne, 50 seconds left on the power play. Osborne walks the blue line, slides it over to Binock. Binock eyes the cage. Shot! Score!
Our echoes break walls. It's about to get loud. It's about to get loud.
Toronto got the rebound, back to the line for Strathman. Over to Burchill. Shot! Score! For Jardine, rebound, loose. Jardine couldn't backhand it home. Puck is kept by Benoit. Across Hextall, score!
Damn, it's gonna get loud. All the battles that we lost, yeah. We'll bring the grit to win it all. It's about to get loud. It's about to get loud. It's about to get loud.
Friday nights are hockey nights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Covelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio. The United States Hockey League is proud to present regular season game number 27 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Tonight, they take on the Muskegon Lumberjacks. Good evening, sports fans, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Pleased to be bringing you the action this evening on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. First game in 13 games for the Phantoms. They were on a 5-game road trip before the Christmas break ended in Green Bay, Wisconsin against the Gamblers. Phantoms took 2 out of 3 in that series, wrapping up the win on December the 14th. By the score of 5-2. Kuzma Veronin opened the scoring in that one at 6:54 with his 6th goal of the season. Jameson Slies and Colson Hanrahan with the helpers. Misha Danilov tied it at 16:35 with his 4th of the season, and we were tied at the end of the first period. 9:32 of the second, Green Bay took a 2-1 lead, 3rd goal of the season for Igor Shilov. But then Youngstown would score the next 4 to get out with the 5-2 victory. At 10:33 was Evan Jardine with his 7th. Landon Resendez and Michael Messick with the helpers on that. At the 13-minute mark, it was Brecken Smith was his 3rd of the season. Harrison Smith with the assist. At 19:13, it was Messick with his 7th of the season. Resendez and Hanrahan with the assist. And then off the ensuing faceoff, just 6 seconds later at 19:19, it was Resendez from Messick. Resendez's 7th goal of the season. And that gave Youngstown the 5-2 win. Owen Leapak got the win. He stopped 33 out of 35. Gavin Moffat took the loss. He stopped 24 out of 29. Phantom power play was 0 for 2. Green Bay power play was 1 for 6. We are going to throw it over to the post-game interview from Phantoms head coach Ryan Ward, the last time the Phantoms were in town on November the 30th.
Ryan, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought we didn't give up a whole lot. I thought our guys did a good job.
It worked!
I thought that power play goal in the 3rd was awesome. Sobes has been outstanding since we got him, and I thought him and Ozzy were great tonight. I thought our team played pretty tight. We worked. Nice to get the win on home ice, obviously.
A little bit more about Casimir, if you could. Just 2 goals tonight. He has a point in every game since we've gotten him, and he's been obviously very good.
Yeah, he doesn't have many flaws to his game. He moves pucks. He's very, very smart. He's got a good stick, obviously. Offensively, he's probably ahead of where I thought he was going to be. And defensively, defense hard. So for us, he's been great. He's happy to be here, and we're certainly glad to have him.
Cal Houston, what a special goal for him. What did you see on the play?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job getting pucks into a space there, and then Hexy made a great play to the back door. I thought Cal just joined in the rush. I thought it was a timely jump, and good for him. Congratulations, obviously. He's worked hard, and to do it here on home ice and in Youngstown is awesome for him.
And Melvin Strahl, he was only tested a couple of times tonight, but again, another outstanding performance for your two-time reigning goaltender of the week.
Yeah, Melvin's been really good. He's found his poise. He's kind of unflappable back there. So, like you said, he didn't have a ton of work, but he made some saves when he had to.
Brian, anything for Coach?
And just what sparked the move to bring in Casimir because he's been tremendous so far?
Yeah, I think it was just an opportunity that we had to get him from Sioux Falls, and kudos to Desi and those guys that do their homework. I didn't know a whole lot about him, to be honest. We never really played Sioux Falls, played him a couple times, but they great job identifying he's a player that fits, and we certainly are glad to have him.
That's 2 mid-season acquisitions now that have been making a real difference over the last month and a half or so.
Yeah, that's why they paid Desi the big bucks. All of our scouting staff and management staff do a great job, and we're kind of in sync with, they understand the type of player that has success here, and they do a great job. So that's great for them.
Ryan, the schedule's about to get a lot tougher. You've got 5 big games coming up, and you're going to be missing a few key pieces as some guys go to join the World Junior A Challenge. Looking ahead, what's the next man up?
Yeah, for us, we've broken down our schedule into areas that we feel like we can make some hay in this stretch. We set a goal for ourselves and we surpassed that. And I think looking ahead to the next month and a half, it's certainly a gauntlet. We're going to be ready for it, and we have to come back next week and get ready to work. So, we kind of control our own destiny here, and I think the guys are starting to be mature enough to understand what's at stake.
Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry Christmas. That's right.
We're not going to see you again.
Merry
So
Christmas, Leopard.
Thank you.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center. During the pregame show, let's take a look at tonight's scratch reports for the Lumberjacks. You can scratch number 8, Teddy Spitznagel, number 17, Rudolph Burskans, number 18, Jack Atlantic, and number 28, Luka Radiojevic. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 4, Michael Monroe, number 16, Justin Kerr, number 26, Eric Fassard, number 60, Melvin Strahl, and number 88, Mikey Coleman. And now for the starting lineups, we will begin with the visiting Muskegon Lumberjacks, who enter tonight's game with a 17-7-2-1 record. Their 37 points put them in first place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Chaska, Minnesota, committed to Minnesota State, number 19, Jack Christ. At center out of Castle Rock, Colorado, committed to North Dakota and the draft property of the San Jose Sharks, number 20, David Klee. At right wing out of Praha, Czechia, committed to UMass, number 24, Václav Nestrasil. On defense, out of Lacey and Lorette, Quebec, committed to Cornell and the draft property of the New York Islanders, number 5, Xavier Viau. Also on defense, out of Edina, Minnesota, committed to UMass, number 4, Barrett Dexheimer. In net, out of Russia, committed to Michigan Tech, number 29, Shika Gadziev. Gadziev enters tonight's game with a 10-4, 1-0 record, a 2.11 goals against average, a .928 save percentage, and 3 shutouts on the season. The Lumberjacks are coached by Parker Burgess, assisted by Evan Trupp and CJ Cush. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who enter tonight's game with a 16-10, 0-0 record. Their 32 points put them in 4th place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting on the left wing out of Jackson, Michigan, committed to Miami, number 39, Brecken Smith. At center out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, committed to Michigan State, number 17, Jack Hextall. At right wing out of Broadville Heights, Ohio, committed to Ohio State, number 56, Ryan Rusinski. On defense out of Raleigh, North Carolina, committed to New Hampshire, number 5, Connor DeHaro. Also on defense out of Longmeadow, Massachusetts, committed to UMass, your captain, number 47, Colson Hanrahan. In net out of Clarkston, Michigan, committed to Western Michigan, number 31, Owen Lepak. Lepak enters tonight's game with a 4-3, 0-0 record, a 3.01 goals against average, and a .868 save percentage. Fans are coached in his 3rd season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by Scott Gordon. The equipment manager is Andrew Rush. The athletic trainer is Amber Martinelli. Goaltending coach Neil Conway. Strength and conditioning coach Tommy Malloy. Director of player development Ethan Goldberg. The director of skill development is Carl Linden. And the general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kosecki. The officials for tonight's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referee is Daniel Fagan. The linesman will be Miles McCauley and Zach Bennett. Just about 3 minutes remaining before the national anthem and puck drop here at the arena. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, tip.
Tip and goal. Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand there.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Here in Northeast Ohio.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochran is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Get a me dream.
Get-A-Me Drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get-A-Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Fans, your junior starters for tonight's game from your Youngstown youth fans: Eli Nathan Cooper, Everett Miller, Ryan Taylor, Leonidas Bazar, and Shelby Sladina. Fans, please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Shawnee Sharma.
A beautiful rendition of our national anthem, as always, by Shawnee Sharma. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack, here with you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Phantoms and Lumberjacks for the third out of 9 meetings this season between the two clubs. Muskegon took the first 2 on December the 6th and 7th up at Trinity Health Arena. A 4-3 win on the 6th, and then a 5-3 win on the 7th, although that game was a 1-goal game late in the third period until Muskegon got an empty net goal. Actually, the Friday night game there, the empty netter ended up being the game winner as Youngstown got one back after Muskegon scored on the empty net and had a good look in the final seconds there as Godziev had a stop, I believe, Sobieski. A wrister right around the buzzer. Probably would have been good had it counted, but Godziev with the pad save able to preserve the victory for Muskegon. So Youngstown 0-2 on the season against the Lumberjacks. All-time 56-47, 5-11 against the Jacks, but 32-15, 2-8 here at home. Crazy how many shootouts the Phantoms and Lumberjacks have gone into over the year, and Youngstown has lost 11 of them. And sending the teams back to the benches. I don't know if we're waiting for maybe the smoke to clear from the smoke machines. All right, yeah, the smoke machines from intros leaving a little bit of haze over the rink here, and our official tonight, Daniel Fagan, has decided we're going to delay the start just a tick until it clears up. You know, I can't help but think that if they sent the players out there, had them skate a few rotations in each end, that might clear it up a little faster. But, you know, that's why I'm a broadcaster. I get to just talk randomly about things, and everybody else has to listen. Great to be back at home, though. Phantoms have won 8 straight here at the Gavelli Center. Back off a 5-game road trip. All right, we're ready to go. You can roll for initiative as we are underway, and Klee wins the opening faceoff. Over to the boards, picked up by Youngstown, slipped ahead by Rusinski, and into the left wing corner of the Jack zone. Hextall up the wall, through to Haro and out to center. Hustling back for it is Hanrahan. Picks it up in front of his bench. Snaps it out to center. Connected to Rusinski, tried to redirect it to Hextall, ended up sliding on net, and Godziev will cover it up 24 seconds into this first period, which is presented by our friends at Price Heating and Cooling. Face-off will be to the left of Godziev. Phantom's going to leave this line out here. Hextall and Rusinski, of course, were part of Team USA, as was Luke Osborne at the World Junior A Challenge. Those 3 all came home with gold medals. Here trying to cut across the circle was Hextall. Left it for Smith, fed down low to Rusinski. Rue was cut off by Dexheimer, picked up by Veo. Slid up to Christ and out to center. Grabbed by Osborne and fired right back in around the kick plate. It comes to Rusinski, but he was cut off by Dexheimer, back around to Veo and slipped out to center. And this one high in the air will be icing on Muskegon Lumberjacks. 57 seconds into this first period. So starting lineup going to have to go back out there for Muskegon. No line change on an icing whistle. 200 USHL games for Mikey Burchill tonight. Congratulations, Mikey. You are an old man, as we say here in the USHL. Face-off to the right of Godziev, won by Banach. Back to the point it goes, walking down the wall and then chipping it toward the corner are the Phantoms. Dexheimer pins his man to the wall. Battling down there for it is Veu. And he'll come out of the corner with the puck. Break it out to center to Christ. Gains the Phantoms line. Sends it around the kick plate. There's Jack Wilson making his season debut. Missed the first 26 games with a lower body injury. And Jack able to get the clear. No icing here. Back for it is Bauer Barry. Throws some snow behind the cage and then sends it over to Van Blaricom. Chips it out to center. And it's a 2-on-0. Coming in is Lawrence. Lawrence shot. Leap back save. Rebound! They score! Lawrence made the save, and then coming down the right side to fire it home was Ethan Drabicki. Wasn't sure if Leapak got across to make the save or not, but a bad pinch at the blue line kind of left Lepak out to dry there. And Muskegon takes the early 1-0 lead, 1:36 into the game for Drabicki. That's his first of the season. Saw Lepak make a great save on a 2-0 earlier in the year here at the Gavelli Center. This one was not to be. As Youngstown wins the draw, Stengram in front of the Muskegon bench. Left it for Hesh. Slid over to Burchill. Mikey right half wall. Behind the cage to Hesh. And then taken away by the Jacks, and they'll bring it through center. Chipped it into the zone, but it rolled to Murphy. Played out ahead for Stengram. Cade delayed, and then backhanded it out to the neutral zone. Slid back to Toll, dropped back to O'Coin, back to Toll, far side. Up the wall to Van Blaricom. Back across the wall, stolen by Youngstown. Stengram bumped off the puck by Van Blaricom and goes around to the far side. Out to the point, nobody there for Youngstown, redirected by the Jacks, so no icing here as it comes down into the Phantoms' end. Santilli fired it out to center, touched there by Burchill. Rolled behind Godziev as Youngstown starts a line change. Coming ahead with it is Barry. Passed ahead, redirected into the zone by Stefanik. Stefanik shoved off the check of Hanrahan, got the puck back in the corner. Fort stolen by Resendez. He'll come ahead 2-on-2. Landon into the zone, down the right side, spins at the half wall. Waits for some help, threw it on net, kick save by Godziev. Rebound picked up by Drabicki and backhanded out to center. Youngstown sweeps it right back into the neutral zone, but poked off the stick of Jardine. He'll gather it in around the cage, send it far corner for Hanrahan. Cross the ice to DeHaro, now back far side for Jardine. Evan into the zone, chipped it behind the cage. Came around to the left corner. Resendez tried to drop it back to the point, looking for Jardine. Stolen by the Jacks, and now blazing ahead are the Lumberjacks with their shot. Lepak save. Rebound score. Kurt Gherkin had his stick tied up, but able to chip the rebound past Lepak, and Muskegon leads 2-0. Time of the goal, 3:30. As Muskegon has scored on 2 of their first 4 shots. Not a whole lot you can expect Owen Lepak to do here. Rebounds going to the back door. Couple of goals off the rush for Muskegon, and they have an early 2-0 lead. Youngstown won the draw, played it into the zone, shoveled into the slot, chipped away from Rusinski, and then back across to the Jacks. They'll bring it through center. At the half wall, it's Smith, played up to Hextall. Jack through the red line, chipped it past O'Coin into the right-hand corner. Couldn't get it past Toll. Smith in to support his centerman. Taken away by Muskegon and then fed down the ice. Going to beat out the icing whistle here are the Jacks. That was Chris hustling back, and then a one-timer blasted past the cage. That was Nestrasil. Had a couple of goals at the beginning of the month against the Phantoms. Here it's Sobieski. Into the neutral zone, getting the red line, fired it in. Godziev almost took the net off its pegs, but instead lets it come through to Barry. Up the wall to Christ. To Klee, drop back to the defense, back across to Barry, far side, out across the red line to Chris to redirect into the Youngstown zone. Muskegon to the line change. Wilson around the cage, watched by Lawrence, fed it ahead to Binock. Adam, red line in blue into the zone. Tried to drop it off for Jamison Slice. He lost the puck, however, and Lawrence slides it ahead. Beating out this icing whistle is Drabicki. Rolls behind the cage, looking for it was Stefanik, going to be picked up by Veronin. Kuzma going to try the far wall, cut off by Veo. Veo left half wall, slides it behind the cage, comes around to the corner for Drabicki. Tried to bounce it back to Stefanik. Phantoms had it for a second, but on that hopping puck, the Jacks get control back. Stefanik tried to feed it to the point, did make its way to Veo. Into the middle for Lawrence, turning, firing to the glove of Lepak, and he will hold for a whistle and our media timeout. 14:32 left in the first. Muskegon leads 2-0. You are listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gravelli Center. 14:32 left in the first. Muskegon with the 2-0 lead. Shots on goal are 5-2 in favor of the Jacks. Both of Muskegon's goals coming on rebounds. As here the Jacks won the faceoff, but they couldn't work it down low. Picked off by Hesh. Fed out to center for Burchell. And then chipped ahead. Centering feed. Backhander. Couldn't put it home. Believe that was Burchell on the back door. Unfortunately, he had to go for the spin. Zgodziev was out of position. Here it's Stengren picking it up at the red line. Made a nice move, but couldn't work it ahead to Burchell. Now it's fed ahead for Drew Stewart. Into the zone, fed to the slot. Fanning on the shot was Van Blaricom. Unable to cover up was Aronson. Youngstown brings it back through center. Burchell lifts it into the zone and goes off for a change. In the right wing corner, the Jacks send it off the window, off the official's head and out to center. Hanrahan can't clear the zone. Bounces off of Jardine. Back to Hanrahan. Chipped it ahead looking for Resendez, but sent back out to center by Clares. Now it's Barry with it in his own zone. Out to center and looking for Deputy. Deputy and Slies were both members of the Omaha Lancers a couple of weeks ago. Traded on back-to-back days. Deputy to the Jacks and Slies here to the Phantoms. And Jameson has, I believe, 6 points in 5 games as a Phantom. As Muskegon will bring it back ahead. Picking it up at the blue line is Stewart. Enters the zone, fires a wrister that got redirected wide. Hard off the end wall, cleared the line, kept by Veilleux. Chipped it down low and clean backhands it just wide of the cage. Jardine bumped off the biscuit, but able to work it out to center. Were the Phantoms. Back into the zone. Klee centering pass blocked by Osborne. Bounced it off of Rusinski and Hextall. Able to slide it out to center, but right to Toll. Fed right back to the line. Coming in was Chris, but nobody there for his drop pass. Youngstown brings it back ahead. Rusinski brings it in onside. Shot blocked. Rebound picked up by Muskegon and fed back out to the neutral zone. Picked up by DeHaro at the red line. Back ahead to Rusinski. He got crunched by Nestrasil, but able to work the puck back to Smith, who played it back to Houston. Cal snaps it ahead, redirected into the zone by Rusinski, but stick down by Toll, and then fired right back out to center. DeHaro backtracking for it, spins it away from Drabicki, and then across over to Hextall. Jack to the left wing corner, trickles behind the cage. Phantoms are the first one to it. Try to feed it back out in front for a crashing, I believe, Jakob Hesch. As the green on the red jersey is a little hard to read, as here Muskegon ices the puck, but getting the inside line on it was Stefanik to beat out that icing whistle. Sent around the kick plate to the far side. Picking it up is Voronin. Kuzma spins away from Lawrence. Hasn't cleared yet, though. Stefanik holds the zone. Lawrence takes a bump, lost the puck. Picked up by DeHaro. Sent near side for Binock, and then across to Houston. Chipped into the zone, comes around over to Slies. Wedged off by Toll. Worked up the wall by Drabicki, kept by Voronin. To the point, Sobieski kept it for a moment. Backhanded it wide of the cage. Muskegon to the rebound. Snapping it ahead was O'Coin. Touched it center by Youngstown, so no icing here, as Stefanik had to battle against Sobieski for the hard bounce off the end wall. Fed ahead, could have been a 3-on-2 for the Phantoms, but the pass did not click to Binock, and the Jacks will try to bring it back through center. Coming into the zone was Stewart. Dropped it back for Aronson. His shot was kicked out, and then another shot from the right point that came off the stick of Clares. That also kicked out by Lepak. As Phantoms still kind of looking for their flow here. Almost halfway through this first period, Stangram near side able to force his way out through center. Gains the red line, chipped it to the right wing corner. Hustling back for it is Barry. Chipped it past Burchell and then over to Clares up the wall. Defenseman pitched for Youngstown, but Jack's able to work it out to center. Into the zone comes Muskegon for a shot. Blocker save by Lepak. Hesh to the rebound. Brought it around the cage. Bouncing puck, however, comes to the near wall. And Carter Murphy able to pry it free and work it to the red line. Fires it in and goes after it. Dexheimer the first one to it as Murphy loses his footing. Puck worked around the deputy. Phantoms kept the zone and got the shot away. Blocker saved by Godziev. Dexheimer in the left corner. Chipped it past his man. Gathered in by deputy. He'll skate through center red. Had him back checked away from behind nicely by Michael Messick. Into the zone come the Phantoms. Binock to Meskett. Tried to bank it in off of Godziev. Did not work as the puck bounced through the blue paint. Cross-ice pass looking for a oncoming Sanderson. His one-timer off the area pass wide of the cage. Puck to Jardine. They'll run the give and go. Evan after it in the right corner. Phantoms trying to hold the zone here. They will at least for a moment as Rusinski sent it down low looking for Hextall in on the forecheck. But O'Coin gets there, sends it to the left wing corner. Worked up the wall by Nestrasil. Osborne back down low through Hextall. Comes around over to Rusinski. Rue over to Smith, one-timer wide of the cage. Nestrasil poked the rebound out to center, 2-on-1 for Muskegon. Coming down the right side are the Lumberjacks. Couldn't get the pass away. Great hustle to get back in there by Brecken Smith with Luke Osborne also defending as there's a good bump in front of the Muskegon bench by Danny Clares. Smith to the slot for Hextall shot. Godziev save. Rebound. Where is it? The right side. Phantoms, probably their best look of the night. But Muskegon able to keep. Slies here with the steal. Muskegon took it right back. Drabicki worked it out to the neutral zone. And where's the puck? It's out of play. We'll have our media timeout. 8:19 left in the first. Muskegon leads 2-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 8:19 left in the first. Muskegon with the 2-0 lead. Goals for Drabicki and Gherkin. Face off in the offensive zone for Youngstown to the right of Godziev. Near side, if you're watching on Flow Hockey, like former Phantoms captain Andrew Strathman, checking in using his former Billet Moms Flow Hockey account. I don't know about that, Stratty. Hope you're doing well, my friend, as puck is back down into the Youngstown zone. Houston played it out to center. Bumped away by the Jacks. Lawrence trying to force his way through a check. Couldn't do so as it's picked up by Benock. Sent over to Daharo. Backhanded out to center for Veronin. Kuzma drops it back for Benock. Across the slide. Shot was blocked by Veo into the corner. Phantoms have it behind the cage. Slies. Fed across for Veronin. One-timer. He fanned on it. Up to the point. Sobieski couldn't hold the zone. And it's worked back down the ice. Benock ahead looking for Veronin, broken up, and then bumped back to Banach. Sent over to Sobieski. Kaz gains the red line, fires it into the zone through Stingram and to Hesh. Jakub trying to work his way through a couple of checks. Feeds Sobieski at the point. Back down low it goes. Stingram bumped off. The puck comes around over to Van Blaricom. Stolen away by the Jacks. Banked off the window and out to center. Grabbed there by Wilson. Stolen by the Jacks again. Aronson into the zone. His shot blocked to the end wall by Sobieski. Aronson pinned to the boards by Hesh. Van Blaricom stepped out in front, backhander. Lepak made the save, rebound chipped over the cage. Aronson up to the point for Toll, worked back down the wall to Stewart. He'll tangle with Sobieski and Hesh wins that battle. And it's worked out to center. Burchell couldn't keep the play going ahead as it's Wilson firing it around the kick plate to the near side. Pitching in to keep it alive for the Jacks was Gherkin, the most recent goal scorer. As here the Phantoms able to send it off the far wall, off of Burchell and out to center. Picked up by Clare, sent over to Barry, and then popped ahead into the Youngstown zone. Gathering it in was Sobieski. Tried to leave it for Santilli, but stolen away. Sanderson hit a phantom stick. It chipped to the left corner. Picked up by Sobieski and fired ahead. No icing here as Jardine redirected it into the zone. Godziev out to send it up the far wall and out to the neutral zone. This is sent just wide of the net in the neutral zone. Penalty upcoming, I believe, on Luke Santilli on the play as Godziev hustles off to the bench. Clare's at the red line. Dropped it back for Klee. Extra attacker situation here on the delayed call. Lumberjacks trying to get set up. Messick forcing the issue here. As into the zone comes Lawrence, and there's the touch by Youngstown. And tripping has been indicated. And heading to the box will be Luke Santilli. Penalty kill on the season for Youngstown, 81.6%. That is 7th. In the USHL power play for Muskegon, 18.5% is 10th. Muskegon was 0 for 5 3 weeks ago between the two games. Face off to the right of Lepak. Smith to take the draw against Klee. And Klee will win that face-off, but Stefanik couldn't pass it, and Sobieski gets the clear. Into the right corner goes Godziev, out to try to wedge off Kuzma Voronin, who, if they track such a thing, probably leads the USHL in shorthanded breakaways, but Kuzma yet to finish one. He's looked good doing it, though. Can bet that he's going to finish one soon. Into the zone come the Jacks. Knocked off the puck was Deputy. Phantoms can't clear. Loose in the circle. Lawrence feeds it up to the point for Veilleux. Back to Lawrence and across to Deputy. Center point for Veilleux. Left circle. Lawrence. Shot. Lepak save. He'll hold. 4:36 left in the first. 1:18 left on the penalty kill. Again, Luke Santilli in the box for tripping. Face-off to the right of Lepak again, and face-off this time won by Stewart, as I believe the second power play unit out for the Jacks. Stewart across over to Dexheimer down the right half wall to the goal line. Poked it to Van Blaricom, back to a crossover for Stewart now. One-timer from the top of the left circle was kicked out by Lepak. Stewart to his own rebound. Fed across for another one-timer by Dexheimer, kicked out by Lepak, and Houston will clear it down the ice. Carrying it ahead are the Lumberjacks. Van Blaricom stops at the top of the left circle, fires it across off the elbow of Dexheimer. It stayed in play. In fact, he was able to gather it down, played it over to Nestrasil. Taken to the boards by Hanrahan. Dexheimer into support. Nestrasil to Van Blaricom up to the point for Clares. Back to Dexheimer. Out to Clares and chipped down the ice by Rusinski. Godziev, super aggressive, chips it to the far side to keep it away from Rusinski. That pass went to Stewart, sent into the zone. Phantoms, however, with a nice check, and they're going to get a free clear here as Luke Osborne sends it down the ice. 5 seconds left on the tripping call to Santilli. In fact, now out of the box comes Santilli, and he'll hustle over to the bench, so the Phantoms getting to third forward out on the ice as the Lumberjacks ice the puck. 3:09 left in the first. 2-0 Muskegon. Shots on goal 11-4. Of course, Muskegon, I think 2, maybe 3 shots there on the power play. Face off to the right of Godziev after the icing whistle. Bannock to take the draw. Looks like he's flanked by Resendez and Slice. Face-off warning on Muskegon. And Bannock wins the draw over to the wall, but the Jacks get control and force it out to center. Santilli chipped it ahead to Slies, and then Bannock back to Slies. Drop back for Santilli. Shot, Godziev save, and he'll hold. Maybe one of the best looks that Luke has had at the net this season. Still looking for his first USHL goal. Face off to the left of Godziev. Resendez to take the face-off for Youngstown. 2:54 left in the first. Face-off won by Muskegon. They'll slap it up the far wall, and gathering it in was Stefanik. Worked it over to Drabicki and into the Youngstown zone. Drabicki, nice little contact there behind the cage by Carter Murphy. Phantoms work it out to center. Slies lost the puck as he hit the red line. Chipped back ahead by the Jacks. Barry waits for support as he's watched by Murphy. Spun it off of Lawrence, who was guarded by Bannock. And the Phantoms will possess it through center. Santilli to the red line. Kind of fanned on his dump in. Hit the heel of his stick. But able to work it deep enough into the zone that Youngstown was able to get the line change here. Now the Lumberjacks, a little trouble with it in the neutral zone. That's Lawrence. Almost got too many men in the ice there, as he had to retreat into his zone. Stolen by Rusinski, but couldn't center as he had Smith in front. Now Rusinski and Smith battling for it in the left corner. 2-on-2 down there. Worked free by Dexheimer, but stolen by the Phantoms. Smith up to the point for Wilson. D-to-D over to Sobieski. Kaz couldn't hold the zone. Nice stick work there by David Deputy. Sobieski back into his own zone. Across to Wilson and out for Smith. But taken right away by the Jacks, and back into the zone they come. Dropping it back was Nestrasil, but the one-timer by Deputy was blocked in. Nestrasil all alone in front, but missed the pass. Veo hold the zone. Down to Nestrasil. Fed across over to Klee. Shot ripped it past the top corner, and then put his man down on his wallet. Shot from the left point by Veo goes wide. Klee chipped it behind the net looking for Deputy. Another penalty upcoming on Youngstown, I think. No, penalty upcoming on Muskegon. As Hextall gives up the puck. Veo with the touch. Checking from behind, the call on Muskegon. And just waiting for the... Oh, already got the Lumberjack in there. Didn't even see him skating into the box. Penalty on Vaslav Nestrasil. Time of the penalty, 18:57. Youngstown to the power play. 23.3% fifth in league. Muskegon penalty kill, 86% second in league. Youngstown 1 for 5 on the power play against Muskegon 2 East Coast. Phantoms win the faceoff cleanly, but so cleanly went all the way out of the zone and down into their own end. Phantoms a little different look on the top power play here. 2 defensemen and 3 forwards. Osborne into the zone down the right side. Luke spins in the corner, lost his footing. Worked it behind the cage, comes around to that near corner. Tolls there. Popped free, Phantoms get control. Fed across for Osborne, but he couldn't get the shot away. Luke able to settle it down with 33 seconds left of the period. Will go by that clock. Hextall across looking for Banach. Was touched by Klee. Klee fanned on the clear. Loose at center. Banach to Osborne. Fanned on the dump in. Stolen by the Jacks. Loose at the red line, and the Jacks will bring it ahead again. Coming in is Gherkin. His shot wide of the cage. 3 seconds left in the period, and that will do it for the first. 2 goals on their first 4 shots have given the Muskegon Lumberjacks a 2-0 lead at the end of the first period. Shots on goal in that first period, 11-5 in favor of Muskegon. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Tippin is out of control these days.
Tip, score! Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, tape, tape, tape.
Tip and goal! Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand it.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
Tip in front! No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Prepare for an incredible experience with Black Bear TV. Stream live in HD from every Black Bear facility and more. Determine the plan that's right for you and subscribe now.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center for the first intermission report. At the end of one period of play, the Muskegon Lumberjacks have a 2-0 lead over the Youngstown Phantoms. Shots on goal in that first period, 11-5 in favor of the Jacks. Got the opening goal at 1:36. Ethan Drabicki able to cash in on the 2-0. Owen Leapak made the initial save on Tynan Lawrence, but the rebound went right back to Drabicki coming down the near side. Thought that Leapak got over, but Trubicki able to just sneak it inside the near post for his first of the season, and a 1-0 Lumberjacks lead. Then at 3:30 was Carter Sanderson, his third of the year. Another goal on the rush for the Lumberjacks. Actually, thought that Kurt Gherkin had scored that goal. Thought it was 12, not 15. But they have given the goal on the scoring to Sanderson, Deputy, and Gherkin with the assist, and that is how Muskegon got to their 2-0 lead. Shiga Gadziev has stopped 5 out of 5. Owen Lepak has stopped 9 out of 11. Muskegon power play 0 for 1. Youngstown power play 0 for 1. Luke Santilli was called for tripping at 14:42. Vaslav Nestrasil was called for checking from behind at 18:57, so there will be 57 seconds of power play time left for the Phantoms when we start the second period. We go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Youngstown is a Youngstown is a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Get me drain. Get me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you, who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center during the first intermission report. Phantoms trail the Lumberjacks by the score of 2-0. That is the only USHL game currently underway, but there is a full slate of action tonight in the youth show. Team USA will be at Fox Valley Ice Arena to take on the Chicago Steel, the battle of the two teams in the basement of the Eastern Conference. Cedar Rapids will be in Dubuque to take on the Fighting Saints. Madison will travel north to take on the Green Bay Gamblers. The Tri-City Storm will travel northeast to take on the Omaha Lancers. And then Sioux Falls will be taking on the Sioux City Musketeers. Looks like Fargo has the night off. Over to the NHL scoreboard. End of the first period in Buffalo, and the Sabres all over the Blackhawks by the score of 4-0. Maple Leafs up 2-0 on the Red Wings, who just fired Derek Lalonde. I can't remember if it was yesterday or today, but of course Lalonde, former coach of the Green Bay Gamblers. End of the first period at the Rock, the Devils have a 2-1 lead over the Hurricanes. First intermission down in Columbus. The Blue Jackets and the Bruins are tied at 1 apiece. 8 o'clock puck drop in St. Louis between the Predators and Blues. Also an 8 o'clock Eastern start time for the Minnesota Wild and the Dallas Stars. 9:30 face-off between the Colorado Avalanche and the Utah Hockey Club. And then the late game tonight will feature the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. Over to the college football scoreboard, plenty of bowl action going on. Looks like Vanderbilt has a 35-20 lead over Georgia Tech in the Birmingham Bowl. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Arkansas leads Texas Tech 21-3. Late in the first quarter, big first quarter there for the Razorbacks. 8 p.m. start in the Holiday Bowl between Syracuse and Washington State. 10:30 start in the Las Vegas Bowl between USC and Texas A&M. And then earlier today in the Armed Forces Bowl, Navy able to hold off Oklahoma 21-20. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and our first intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, second period action between the Lumberjacks and Phantoms. Phantoms will be on the power play here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Tip, score! Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, tip, tip, tip.
Tip and goal! Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand it.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
Score! Tip in front! No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Because you had that sand in front of the net.
Stars rise.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information. or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Getting me drain. Getting me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get-A-Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Prepare for an incredible experience with Black Bear TV. Stream live in HD from every Black Bear facility and more. Determine the plan that's right for you and subscribe now.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Want a satisfying meal deal for just $6? Try the new $6 meal deal from Dunkin'. It's a medium hot or iced coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and a side of hash browns for just $6. You know Dunkin' coffee. It's always made just how you like. The bacon, egg, and cheese is the most toasty and delicious, and crispy golden hash browns are a must. So they're in the new $6 meal deal too. Take advantage of this offer while it lasts.
Excludes espresso and cold brew beverages. Offer valid on bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches only. Excludes seasoned bacon. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions and terms apply.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leads. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second period. Phantoms trail Muskegon 2-0. Pair of goals in the opening 4 minutes of the first for Muskegon. Off the sticks of Ethan Drabicki and Carter Sanderson. They did update the assists on the Sanderson goal. Primary assist went to Xavier Veo. Secondary assist to Kurt Gherkin. Phantoms have 57 seconds left on the power play here as we start the second period. Vaslav Nestrasil in the box for checking from behind. It looks like Rusinski going to take the face-off against Klee here to start the second period. You can roll. Nope, you're not rolling for initiative yet. Going to kick Rusinski out of the circle. Rusinski wasn't especially thrilled about that. Hextall will step in. And now you may roll for initiative because the second period is underway. Klee won the faceoff. Fade in front, they score! David Klee won the faceoff cleanly into his own end. Ryan Rusinski, who was kicked out of the faceoff circle, beat the defender to the puck, centered it, and Kaz Sobieski chipped it home for Sobieski, his 5th goal of the season. And 5 seconds into the second period, Youngstown is on the board. You cannot do it much faster than 5 seconds. Whew! My goodness, as Youngstown wins the draw. Resendez couldn't hold his own, back to the point for a one-timer on the keep. That went wide of the cage. Swept up the boards by Muskegon. DeHaro could not keep, and it's Jardine at center. Fed it across to Messick to Resendez. Tried to give it back to Messick, but picked off by Toll. Couldn't clear, kept by Jardine. Drop back for Messick. Mike looks for help, feeds into the corner. Pass had a lot of mustard on it. Jardine couldn't handle it. Bounces to Veo. Sent around to the far side as Phantom took a high stick. Youngstown heading back to the power play. There was a touch by Stefanik. Then finally here, Dexheimer going to get a touch. Youngstown heading right back to the kill, or to the advantage, 49 seconds into the period. And I believe that was Drabicki. 4-minute double minor for high sticking to Drabicki. He drew some blood there. So Youngstown, big opportunity here to tie the game. Face off to the left of Gadziev. Tie up off the draw. Youngstown gets control. Osborne works it to the point to Sobieski. Back across to Osborne, left circle. Fitted in front for the redirect. Saved by Gadziev. He cleared the rebound over to the near wall, and then it's fired down the ice by Drew Stewart. Leadpack sets it up for Osborne. Dropped it back for Bannock. Adam flying into the zone. Drop pass Was looking for Osborne, picked off by Stewart and whacked out to center. Taken there by Sobieski, cast back into the zone. Fired around the kick plate. Hit a seam, bounced out in front, came to the weak side. Muskegon cleared it to the wall. Benoit got to it behind the cage. Picked up by Hextall. Dropped it behind him to Benoit. Benoit shot, Godziev save, rebound, still loose. Oh, no! No, the whistle blew prematurely. Godziev did not have that puck. A very quick whistle by Daniel Fagan cost Youngstown a goal. And of course, the Jacks taking exception to the puck being fired into the net after the whistle. And they're taking Gherkin to the box. I think they're taking Hextall as well. Daniel Fagan doing the Phantoms dirty on this one. So I think we'll see some matching roughing minors here as Hextall is in the Phantoms penalty box. $18:21 left in the second. 3:10 left on the high-sticking double minor to Ethan Drabicki. And we will see if that little fracas affects the action out on the ice at all. As Hanrahan and Klee, the two captains, sharing a word as they go over to their respective benches to explain the deliberations of Daniel Fagan to their respective coaches. And then, of course, because all 5 Phantom skaters on the ice came down to join the fray, the faceoff will come out to center. Looks like just going to get matching roughing minors to Hextall, and whatever other Lumberjack went to the box did not get the number. So the action on the ice will stay 5-on-4. As they are going to kick Resendez out of the circle. Slies will step in to take the draw. Klee wins the draw back to Veo, who fires it down the ice. Phantoms fired in. Comes around to Resendez, then Jardine. Back to Resendez, brings it behind the cage, floats it over to Slice. Jamison left circle. Tried to feed it into the box, was looking for Jardine, but sticked away from him and out to center. Phantoms quickly back to it and slides into the zone. Fired across for Resendez. Landon working it, fed it over to Murphy. Dangerous pass across the Slice. Shot looking for the redirect and went to the corner. Clearing attempt, hit Slice, bounced back down into the corner. Toll fired across, comes to Veo, and he will fire it down the ice. 2-on-1 here maybe for the Jacks as Klee got the shot away. Great stick by Carter Murphy. As I don't know necessarily that the Jacks knew that they had a 2-on-1 there. As the shot goes out of play. Great work by Carter Murphy. 2:10 left on the double minor to Ethan Drabicki. Top power play unit cycles back out for Youngstown. Brzezinski going to take the draw against Lawrence. $17:21 left in the second as Lawrence gets kicked out of the circle. In steps Stefanik to take the draw. Shot off the near wall by the Lumberjacks. Think that might have been Lawrence, actually. Swallowed up and held by Lepak, so another face-off here to the right of the Phantoms net. Lawrence going to take this draw against Rusinski. Rue won it forward. Phantoms able to get control, carrying it around the cage is Osborne. Luke faked the drop pass. Now he'll give it up to Bannock. Adam blazing ahead to the red line. Slid it over to Osborne, back to Bannock in the corner. Tried to work it up the wall, stolen by Lawrence. Nice keep at the line by Sobieski. To Burchell, to Osborne. Into the corner for Rusinski. Back to Osborne, back to Burchell, back to Osborne along the left wall. Luke Littlebobble worked it to Burchell, up to the point for Sobieski. Cass walks the line, 1:30 left on the power play. Shot blocked in front by Lawrence, and he'll clear it down the ice. Right on net, it went. Lepak thought about the quick pass. Instead, just going to set it up for Osborne, 1:20 left on the power play. Osborne ahead for Rusinski, bumped by Toll. Osborne after his own dump it. Works it over to the corner for Burchell. Mikey up to the point for Bannock. Fed down into the corner. Toll gets there first. Worked it over to Veo. Couldn't take the pass. And Sobieski tried to bump it back to Burchell. Did not click as it's fed by Nestrasil over to Deputy, who spins the blue line, drops it back for Toll. D over for Veo, who will fire it down the ice. Lepak. Little token pressure there by Nestrasil will force Lepak to cover. And defensive zone draw for Youngstown with 44 seconds left in the advantage. Phantoms trying to cash in here on the double minor. They were denied a goal on a too quick whistle by referee Daniel Fagan. Is here the faceoff. One back by Resendez. Actually went on net, and Lepak had to play that one into the corner. Phantoms now bringing it ahead. Little trouble with the pass there at the red line. Resendez, he'll peel back to his own end and start the windup again. Worked it to Murphy, and now slides into the zone. Jamo fed it across looking for Murphy. Pass ricochets out to center. Murphy back to Resendez. Landon from the red line, fired it in. Godziev stopped it behind the cage. Thought about clearing it up the middle, but got it to the line and off the stick of Murphy. Carter just couldn't hold the zone with Godziev out of position. Penalty time winding down. Slide shot. Godziev save. Rebound. Godziev will pounce on it as Drabicki comes out of the box. So both power plays there go by the wayside for Youngstown. They'll fall to 1 for 3 on the game. But really, when you look at the penalty kill numbers for Muskegon, any power play goal is a good power play goal. The Jacks have only given up given up 8 on the year, now 9. As Youngstown wins the draw. Wilson down the wall to Stangram. Cade back up to the point. D left side Wilson. Jack eyes the cage. Flicked it intentionally wide. Hesh to Stangram. Trying to dance around Dexheimer, but Gherkin came in, took the puck away. Worked it to Veo, and now back to Gherkin across the red line. Over to Veo. Tried a centering feed, hit a phantom skate, ricocheted wide. Van Blaricom over on the far side. Threw one through the mouth of the blue paint. Off the corner board, out to the left point. Toll's one-timer, goes wide of the cage. Youngstown to the rebound as the Jacks are changing. Fed ahead for a touch into the zone. Godziev works it up the near window, hit a stanchion, and went out to center. Phantoms picked it up, fanned on the dumping. Puck came to Toll off the stick of Houston, and he'll slide it ahead. Coming in are the Jacks in a great defensive play there to break up a centering pass. Looked like the Jacks had 2-on-0 in front. If not for the great diving effort there by a Youngstown defender, wish I could have seen the number. Lawrence turns it over at center. Worked ahead to Messick. Mike delays, looks for help. Turning shot from Jardine from up high. The glove of Godziev. He'll hang on, and we'll have our media timeout. 13:55 left in the second. Phantoms trail 2-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gravelli Center. 13:55 left in the second. Phantoms trail 2-1. Power play goal 5 seconds into the frame by Kaz Sobieski. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown to the right of Gadziev. Messick wins the draw up to the point. Walking down the wall is Osborne. Luke, goal line is in. Back to Messick. One-timer pad save. Gadziev. Rebound to the Jacks. Lawrence, red line and blue into the zone. Down the left side, chipped it to the end wall. First one to it is Resendez. Worked it to Osborne. Up the wall, kept at the line by Drabicki. Back behind the cage, taken there by Hanrahan. Up to Resendez, looking for an option, fed it over to Hanrahan. Captain up for Osborne. Luke to the red line, backhands into the Muskegon zone. Behind the cage, O'Coin just chips it past Jardine. Drabicki able to work it up to the left point and out to center. Fired back in by Messick, just wide of the cage. Gadziev sets it up for Toll. Around the cage to the near side, and then out to center for Drabicki. Had to wait for the pass a little bit as Brecken Smith got in his way, and into the zone comes Bannock. Bannock down the left side. Shot, Gadziev, glove save. As a crowd draws at the edge of the blue paint. As Bannock trying to pick a spot to the glove side as he came down the left. But Gadziev showing off that .928 save percentage. Faceoff will be to the right of Gadziev, and Bannock to take the draw against Stewart. Stewart won that draw cleanly. Jacks work it up the wall, kept by Bannock. Quick shot, and a blocker save by Gadziev. Rebound in the left corner. Slies there. Around to Bannock. Bannock around the net. Threw it in front as Slies was checked down, and that will be a penalty on the Lumberjacks. Murphy at the blue line as Lepak to the bench. As there's the touch by Van Blericom. And I believe that was Bauer Barry who, nope, it was Danny Clares heading to the box for the cross check. Great work in front by Jamison Slies. Youngstown back to the power play. Face off to the left of Gadziev. Top power play unit out. Hextall, Rusinski, Bannock, Osborne, and Sobieski. Klee to take the draw against Rusinski. As Rusinski won it, Bannock bounced it off a couple of skates, and then it rolled over to Veo, who cleared it down the ice. Lepak plays it over to Sobieski, pressured by Nestrasil. Around to Osborne, to Bannock, to Sobieski. Kaz pass ahead off the skate of Nestrasil. Kaz picked it back up, danced through one, couldn't dance through two, as Nestrasil will work it to Klee across the red line and fire it into the zone. Lepak works it around the wall to Rusinski. Little trouble with the pass, sends it behind the cage to Osborne. Rusinski tangled up and able to work the puck. Play continues. Into the zone come the Phantoms. Hextall to the point for Sobieski. Across, Osborne, Rusinski, Osborne. Center point, Sobieski. Left circle for Hextall. Side of the cage, Rusinski stepped in, tried to chip the top corner and missed. Bannock to the puck. Deflected, went to Osborne, floats it across to Sobieski. Kaz, shot missed the cage off the corner boards, hit a stanchion, stayed in the zone. Nestor still able to work it out the center. Phantoms quickly back into the zone. It's Hextall, tried to cut to the middle, lost the puck, but it bounced right to Rusinski. He stripped of the puck by Toll in the corner, went to Stewart, couldn't clear. Good keep by Murphy. Worked back down the wall to Hextall. Side of the cage for Slides. To the box for the one-timer by Rusinski. Didn't get good wood on it and went over the cage. Binock up to the point from Murphy. 20 seconds left on the power play. Murphy, Hextall in front, redirected to the corner. Hextall to the puck. Over to Binock. Binock, right circle. Hextall in front, looking for Slides. Edge of the blue paint. Godziev dives on it. Great puck movement by Youngstown. Just maybe not enough going at the cage, trying to make the pretty play. 11 seconds left in the power play. Youngstown out shooting Muskegon 4-2 here in the period. As Resendez wins the draw. Jardine. Up to the point, got it back. Jardine across for Slides, out of his reach. 4 seconds left on the power play, and now out of the box comes Danny Clares. Phantoms 1 for 4 on the power play. Jardine around the wall and out to center. Nobody at the right point. Hustling back for it is Cal Houston. Just able to bounce it out to center. Resendez touches it behind him to Jardine, but he has it stripped by Lawrence. Able to get it to center to Stefanik. Now back to Lawrence. Into the zone down the left side. Long distance shot wide of the cage. Van Blaricom took a hit. Kept the rebound in the zone for a moment, but Youngstown bringing it ahead. 3-on-3. Resendez waits for the trailer. Resendez still with it to Jardine. Left circle. Toe drag across. Shot. Glove save. Godziev. Wide open net for Connor DeHaro, and he put it into the 1 square foot of net where Shika Godziev glove was. Media timeout, penalty upcoming on the play. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Cal Houston in the box for what I imagine is a roughing call, so Youngstown to their second penalty kill of the game. Time of the penalty, 10:09. The faceoff will be to the right of Owen Leapak. Faceoff won by Brecken Smith behind the cage. It is backhanded around the wall by Veronin, but kept at the left point by Veo. Worked down the wall and now center point for Deputy. Fed to the right circle for Lawrence. Back to Deputy at the point. Center point for Veo. Side of the cage for Lawrence. Shot saved by Leapak. Lawrence got his own rebound. Now comes to the near side. Works it over to Stefanik, far half wall. Back to Lawrence. Goal line extended. Center point, Veo. Left circle. Back center point for Veo. His shot hit a body in front and hit the post. Leapak never saw it. Stefanik, right half wall. Got jumped on by Veronin. Phantoms digging for it. Pops up in the air and then settles down, and able to get the clear was Brecken Smith. Godziev sets it up quickly for Veo. 50 seconds gone on the Adams Tree Preservation penalty kill. Nestrasil worked it through the feet of Jakob Hesch. Spun it to the middle of the ice for Dexheimer. Top of the right circle, fed back across. Shot, Leapak save. Rebound, they score! Firing it home from the left circle was Drew Stewart. Leapak thought he had it and tried to slide to the side and ended up going through the 5-hole. And Muskegon has their 2-goal lead back. It is 3-1. Time of the goal, 11:15. Face-off won by Klee. Clears to the red line, fires it into the Youngstown zone. Lead pack around the window. Touched up by Stangram, couldn't clear. Second effort, it did bounce to Hesh, who worked it to the red line. Jakob backhands it into the Muskegon zone. Gaziev set it up. Sending it around the wall was Clares. Kept at the half wall by Wilson. Back down into the corner. Stangram working there, pinned to the wall by Clares. Hesh came in to support his winger. Tried to pinch it up to the point for Wilson. He did. His shot redirected wide by Stangram. Dexheimer carries it ahead, fires it to the fan of the blue line, off of Klee and into the zone. No icing here. Wilson going to pick it up in the right corner while Muskegon goes for the line change. Wilson stretch pass ahead, looking for Stangram. Picked off by Toll, brought back into the zone by Deputy. Drop back for Klee. His shot missed the cage, and then off the corner boards, all the way down the ice it goes. Toll from behind his cage, over to Clares. Out to center, looking for Deputy. But it settled down for the Phantoms. Played out to center. And then from the red line, firing it on net was Jardine, and holding on to it will be Gadziev. Tough break sequence there before the goal for the Phantoms. You have Connor DeHaro looking at a mostly wide open 4x6, and he hits the 1 square foot where Shika Gadziev's glove was. And then off the post whistle scrum, Youngstown called for a penalty that leads to the power play goal. Face off to the left of Gadziev here. Shots on goal now 4-4 in the period, and each team with a marker. As Daniel Fagan sharing a quick word with Ryan Ward, and now we're ready to get back to action. And then Daniel Fagan blowing his whistle and saying no more. So apparently Ryan Ward was not satisfied with whatever the two were talking about. As a shot from the right point goes wide. Getting the rebound, Brecken Smith. Left it for Rusinski. Ryan, left half wall. Being watched by Stewart. Down the wall to Smith, who is tangled up with Clares. Barry got to loose puck in the corner, fired it around the kick plate, and then working it out to center was Aronson. Tried to get it ahead for Stewart, now came to Van Blaricom in front of the benches, worked it free, and over to Clares, who fired it into the zone. Leapak stops it behind the cage. Phantoms up the far wall, and dangerous hit from behind by Clares. That'll draw a penalty as Hextall into the zone, fed it down low, and now up to the point it comes. Smith back down into the corner. Hextall there. Jack over to Bannock. Up to the point for DeHaro, back to Bannock. Back to DeHaro. He'll fire a half slapper to the right circle, and a shot off the bar from Jack Hextall. And checking from behind will be the penalty here on Muskegon. Youngstown to their 5th power play of the night. Danny Clares to the box for the 2nd time. Faceoff will be to the left of Gadziev. Top power play unit going to start for Youngstown. Again, Rusinski, Hextall, Bannock, Osborne, and Sobieski. That'll be Klee to take the draw against Rusinski. Still loose off the faceoff. Where is it? It's on the stick of Jack Hextall. Works it to Osborne. Stepped in, shot. Gadziev, kick save. Phantoms to the rebound. Osborne, left half wall. Fired it across to Bannock. Center point. Sobieski, one-timer. Gadziev save. Rebound still loose and shoveled into traffic by Hextall, but couldn't get it home. Don't think Gadziev made a save on that. I think he just hit sticks and skates in front as Muskegon gets the clear. Somehow that sequence was 30 seconds off the power play. Phantoms bringing it back ahead. Sobieski to Banach. Over to Hextall. Jack behind him to Osborne. D over to Sobieski. Kaz to Banach. Tried to fire it across. Hit his stick. Came to Osborne. Luke forced up to the line. Kept the line somehow. Osborne has a man all over him. Getting hooked. Getting slashed. Dropped it back to Sobieski. Banach, one-timer blocked. Rebound to Barry off the window and down the ice. Lepak pressured by Nestrasil. Played it into the corner. Nestrasil almost with the steal. And then does pick the pocket of Sobieski. Back to Deputy and then back out to center. Fired to open ice on the far side by Veo. And then Deputy fired it down in the Youngstown end. 30 seconds left in the power play. Sobieski to Resendez. Landon winding it up with those wheels he's got. Chipped it past Deputy and into the left wing corner. Toll the first one to it. Slides in there to try to help Resendez out, as is Jardine. Jardine worked it free, sent it around the kick plate. Murphy hustles over to the right point, sends it back down the wall. It'll bounce to Jardine. 10 seconds left in the power play. Worked free, kept by Murphy. Back to Murphy and then forced down the ice by Nestrasil. And that will do it for the power play. Phantoms 1 for 5 on the night on the power play. Into the zone comes Slies. Worked it just wide of the blue paint. Poked to the corner by Godziev. Jardine to that loose puck. Taken to the boards by Barry. Poked back down low for Resendez. Has a man crashing. That was Stengram. Couldn't get him the puck. Nice block of the pass by Dexheimer. Stengram worked it free of the scrum in the corner, but couldn't get it to the point to DeHaro. And breaking away are the Lumberjacks. Drabicki played it into the right wing corner. Stefanik worked it free over to Lawrence. He'll come near side up to the point for Barry. Couldn't hold the zone. Back out to center. He'll throw it cross ice over to Dexheimer. Banked it off the near wall and out to center. Lawrence had it swept off of his stick, but Stengram couldn't touch it. He was offside. Phantoms are touched up, and now Lawrence trying to break out of the zone and has his pocket picked by Burchell. Hesh down the wall to Stengram in the corner. Cade pushed down as bodies gather in the right corner. 3:04 left in the second period. 3-1 Muskegon. Puck still tied up along the right half wall. 3-on-3 battle finally worked free by Dexheimer. He'll feed it behind the cage for Barry. Back into the corner for Dexheimer. Snapped out to center off the skates of a Phantom, and it ricochets down in the Youngstown zone. Wilson pressured by Nestrasil. Left it for Murphy. And Carter able to send it out to center. Into the zone comes Burchell. Chipped it past Toll. And we'll have another 2-on-2 scrum along the kick plate. 2:25 left in the third. Working it free was Toll. He'll come up the far side. Bounced it off of O'Coin and rolled to Hanrahan at the logo. Phantoms captain surveys the scene. Sends it far side for his defensive partner. Murphy into the zone. Carter shot it wide. Around for a keep by Santilli. I believe this is the first time in the second period I've seen Luke. Puck played out to center. Murphy had it in his skates, but Van Blaricombe couldn't bring it in the zone. Great stick there by Carter. Tried to fire it ahead. Van Blaricombe picked his pocket. Klee dropped it back. Backhander Aronson save. Lepak save, and then he'll cover. Whacking away at it there at the side of the net was Aronson, but Lepak had the pillows covered. .143 left in this second period. Face-off won by Stewart. Was back to the point. Toll's pass across, hit a Phantom stick, and then Youngstown chips it ahead. Coming in, Rusinski waits for a trailer. Shot, he missed the cage. And hard off the corner boards, Aronson brings it ahead. Into the zone, 1-on-3. Centering feed blocked off by Osborne. Luke up the near side, chipped it out to center, found Hextall. Jack short pack to Osborne to Smith. Shot. Godziev save. Brecken gets his own rebound. Fitted back in front. Rusinski chipped it wide. Aronson to the rebound. Around to the left corner. 1:05 left in the period. Dexheimer up the wall off of Stewart and out to center. Stolen by Youngstown. Taken away by Van Blaricom at the red line. He'll enter the Youngstown end. Poked away from him by Osborne. Kept at the line by Stewart. Down the wall. Picked up by Hanrahan. Hammer up to Rusinski. Gains the red line. Fires it in. Godziev slows it down as it bounces over to Barry. Works back around over far side for Toll. And then up for Deputy. Stolen by Jardine. Holds the zone to Houston. Cal down low looking for Resendez, cut off by Barry. His pass stolen by Messick. Mike in front, shot into the meshing by Jardine. .9 left in the second period. Phantoms out shooting Muskegon here in the frame 8-5. But unfortunately a goal for each side. Face off to the left of Godziev. Face off won by Gherkin. In the left corner, taken away by Jardine. Couldn't get it past Toll, however. Sends it up the far wall, stolen again by Resendez, but his pass back to the point for Sobieski eluded and went out to center. Back quickly to the line comes Resendez, now Jardine. 10 seconds left in the period. To Resendez, forced to the corner by O'Coin. Behind the cage, Jardine, 5 seconds left in the period. Loose behind the net, O'Coin just going to throw it to open ice, and that will do it for the second period. Phantoms got a goal 5 seconds in from Kazimir Sobieski, but Drew Stewart equaled that. And Muskegon maintains their 2-goal lead. It is 3-1 at the end of 40 minutes. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play, 16-13 in favor of Muskegon. Youngstown outshoots the Jacks 8-5 in the second period. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Tip, Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, tip, tip, tip.
Tip and goal. Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand it.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
Tip in front. No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Because you had a bad in front of the net.
Stars rise.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number 1 Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leads. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second intermission report. At the end of 40 minutes of play, the Youngstown Phantoms trail the Muskegon Lumberjacks 3-1. Shots on goal for the game, 16-13 in favor of Muskegon. Phantoms outshot the Jacks 8-5 in the second period. Phantoms get a goal just 5 seconds into the second period. Kazimierz Sobieski, his 5th of the season. Assists right now on the board to Adam Banach as Phantom centerman Ryan Rusinski was going to take the opening faceoff to start the period. He got kicked out of the circle. Jack Hextall lost the faceoff. David Klee won it so cleanly, went all the way between his defensemen and down toward the left corner of the Muskegon zone. Adam Banach beat everybody to the puck and centered it, and Sobieski, who was crashing the cage, able to chip it past Gaziev, and you cannot do it much faster than 5 seconds into a period. And Youngstown cut the Muskegon lead in half. It was 2-1. Then at 11:15, Jacks got a power play goal from Drew Stewart, his 6th of the season. They are still reviewing that one for assists right now. And that is how Muskegon got their 3-1 lead. Gaziev has stopped 12 out of 13. Leadpack has stopped 13 out of 16. Phantoms power play is 1 for 5. Muskegon power play is 1 for 2. Going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
Get a me drain. Get a me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get a Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand score! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Prepare for an incredible experience with Black Bear TV. Stream live in HD from every Black Bear facility and more. Determine the plan that's right for you and subscribe now.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center. During the second intermission report, Muskegon leads the Phantoms 3-1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard starting here in the USHL. First intermission in Chicago, and the Steel leads Team USA 1-0. Scoreless at the first intermission between the Rough Riders and Fighting Saints. Green Bay with a 1-0 lead over Madison at the first intermission. Tri-City also with a 1-0 lead over Omaha at the first intermission. And they still have about 4 minutes left in the first between the Stampede and Musketeers, and the Stampede have a 1-0 lead. Over to the NHL scoreboard, Buffalo still up big on the Blackhawks. It's the end of the second up in Western New York, and the Sabres lead 4-1. Toronto all over the Maple Leafs 5-0 as they are at the second intermission. 2 minutes left in the second, and the Devils lead the Hurricanes 4-2. Blue Jackets with a 4-goal second period. They lead the Bruins 5-1 down in Columbus. St. Louis with a 3-2 lead over the Predators. 4 minutes left in the first. Dallas leads Minnesota 1-0 with a minute left in the first. And then we've got a 9:30 Eastern puck drop between Colorado and Utah, a 10:30 puck drop between Vegas and San Jose. Over to the college football scoreboard, Texas Tech has come storming back, and they now trail Arkansas 21-19 in the Liberty Bowl. Arkansas was up 21-3 in that one. Syracuse leads Washington State 14-7 in the Holiday Bowl. And then we have a 10:30 start in the Las Vegas Bowl between USC and Texas A&M. Vanderbilt able to hold on and beat Georgia Tech in the Birmingham Bowl 35-27, and Navy able to hold off Oklahoma 21-20 in the Armed Forces Bowl. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and our second intermission report. Going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have third period action between the Youngstown Phantoms and Muskegon Lumberjacks here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Mill Creek Golf Course is now open. Experience the Donald Ross Championship design of both courses, where you can book a tee time online at millcreekmetroparks.org. Mill Creek features a newly remodeled golf shop, new cart paths, and is a Callaway certified club fitting facility with demo days. The PGA professional staff is now accepting golf outings and leagues. For more information, call 330-740-7112 or stop by and see what all Mill Creek Golf Course has to offer you.
Experience the best in hockey streaming with Black Bear TV, serving the Covelli Center and Deep Freeze Arena, plus dozens of venues across North America. State-of-the-art HD cameras will change the way you watch games. Choose the plan that works for you at blackbearsports.tv.
Passion, talent, development. NCAA hockey offers all that, and its players graduate at a 90% rate. Joe Pavelski.
Backhand scores! Wow, what a goal!
Johnny Gaudreau. And Torrey Krug were stars on campus before the NHL stage. Whether you are a fan or a player, nothing compares to college hockey. Visit collegehockeyinc.com and follow @collegehockey.
Champions of the college hockey world!
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you, who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Team Marzo with Next Home Go 30 Realty can help. As a premier real estate team in the Mahoning Valley, we bring a unique and progressive approach to real estate using top listing technology, unique signage, and best practices in mobile and online marketing. Our customer-centric approach combines the best of technology with years of marketing expertise to provide an exceptional buying or selling experience. Call us today at 330-503-2250 so you can move with Marzo.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
Youngstown has a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Our stars rise.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Tip, Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, Tip, tip, tip.
Tip and goal. Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand there.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
Tip and front. No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Because you had a bad in front of the net.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the third period. Phantoms trail the Lumberjacks 3-1. 1 goal each in the second period, each team with a power play goal. They have added assists for the Drew Stewart goal. They've gone to Barrett Dexheimer and Vaslav Nestrasil. No carryover penalties or power plays to speak of. And so we will be starting at 5-on-5. When leading after 2, Muskegon 12-1. You can roll for initiative as the third period is underway. Hextall won the draw cleanly to Hanrahan. D over to Osborne, played into the zone. Godziev plays it over to Toll. Across to O'Coin, up to the line, kept by Hextall. Fires it to the right wing corner. Rusinski quickly toward the net, hit a body in front. That was Brecken Smith. Never got in on Godziev, and the Jacks will clear the rebound. Lepak plays it over to the far wall, looking for a Hanrahan. He's jumped on by Christ. Nestrasil up for a one-timer by Lawrence, kicked out by Lepak. He wasn't sure he got it, but he did as Hextall gains the red line, chipped it into the zone, sent right back out by the Jacks. From in front of the bench, it's Osborne. Off the far wall, looking for Hextall, taken away by the Jacks. Now Hanrahan floats it back toward the Muskegon line. Muskegon plays it right back out to center. Drabicki off of Stefanik and into the zone, touch with the high stick. Then to the Phantoms, and so play can continue legally. Into the zone comes Osborne, fires it to the right wing corner, and then he goes off for a change. Clares to Barry. Around the wall, Stefanik couldn't clear, bounces up in the air, and able to get it out to center was Drabicki. Rolls down into the Youngstown end. Wilson behind him, couldn't find Banach. It was kept by Stefanik. His shot was blocked. Sobieski out to center, off of Aronin, and over to Toll. Plays it off the near wall to himself, then to Drabicki, and out to center. Picked up in front of the benches by Wilson. Red line and blue into the zone, across to Veronin. His shot off a stick and into the meshing. 18:21 left in this third period. Third period, the best period of the season for the Phantoms. They have a plus 13 goal differential. Muskegon is a -1 in the third. So we'll see if the Phantoms can make a little hay here, but got to get one first. Messick to take the draw. Face-off one, however, by Stewart. Worked around the wall, kept to the right point by Houston. Shot wide of the cage, comes around to Van Blaricom. Couldn't get it past Aharo as Connor kept the zone. Van Blaricom here, second effort to the line, kept by Jardine. Worked it down into the corner, nobody there for Youngstown. Toll worked it up toward the line, kept by the Phantoms. Youngstown, far wall, as Messick played it down into the corner, taken away by Muskegon, and this time on the fourth effort, they will get it out of the zone. Van Blaricom over to O'Coin, played it into the right corner, but taken away by the Phantoms. Houston up to Resendez, out to center, looking for Jardine. Chipped it past one man, couldn't get it past the second, as Dexheimer will play it over to Veo. Veo letting his teammates change ahead of the play. Now he'll start to carry the mail ahead. To the neutral zone. Played it ahead to the line for Gherkin. Fell down, but able to work the puck to Sanderson, who has a goal here tonight. Squirting toward the near side, Hesh able to get it out to center. To Burchell. Mikey into the zone for a shot that is off the stick of Veo and into the meshing. As bodies come together at the edge of the blue paint once again. The Phantom losing their helmet. That was Mikey Burchell as he jousted with Carter Sanderson. Burchell something to say to one of our linesmen as he skates over the bench. Looks like Mikey was checking the chicklets there. Hope he's all right. I think they're going to bring the faceoff out to the neutral zone here. 17:07 left in the third period. Messick wins the draw cleanly. Sobieski off a skate, couldn't get it to Murphy. Picked up by Stengram and fired into the zone. Comes around to the right half wall. Sanderson, the first one there, got it to Toll and around to O'Coin. Able to send it off the window and out to center, but it bounced to Sobieski at the red line. Over to Resendez. Landon into the zone. Waits for help. Shot. Glove save by Gaziev as Resendez trying to use everybody as a screen there. Don't know if that one would have been on net or not, as Gaziev's glove up around the crossbar when he made the save. .45 left in the third. Phantoms trail by a pair. Hextall going to take the face-off against Klee. Hextall one into the corner. First one to it, however, was Veo. Couldn't clear, however. Hit a stanchion, stayed in play. Osborne works it to the left wing corner, but it bounced to Veo. Around the wall, came back to a Phantom. Dropped back for a fan shot. Finally settles down in the slot for Hextall. He'll play it behind him to the far wall for Osborne. Luke down into the corner. Around the cage, still with it. Osborne near side. Spins away from Nestrasil. Fed it behind the cage for Hextall. He's watched by O'Coin. Hextall stepped out in front. It trickled on net, and Gaziev has the trapper on top of it. Phantom fans a little restless. Seems like every loose puck around the blue paint, somebody's ended up with in a headlock or with their helmet getting ripped off. And seeing the Phantoms get called for post-whistle stuff. Nothing on Muskegon. 16:10 left in the third. Face off to the left of Gaziev. It'll be Hextall to take the draw. Against Klee once more, and Hextall won the faceoff up to the point for Houston. Over to DeHaro. They kept the line. Smith, right circle. Brecken still with it. Across the top of the circles. Near side. Spins away from his man. Got the shot away. Hit bodies in front. Settled down. Came to the line. Kept by Smith. Brecken sent it far side. Pass bounced a little on Rusinski. Dexheimer able to work it around the wall, but Smith kept it for a moment before Klee was able to force it out to center. DeHaro re-entered offside as Hextall was slow getting the line to touch up. Neutral zone face-off, 15:39 left in the third. So we've had a choppy start here to the final frame of regulation. Phantoms win trailing after 2-9 on the season. Youngstown won the draw, fired into the zone. Gaziev stopped it behind the cage, and now he'll send it near side. Touched ahead by Clares to Lawrence. Right corner. Comes around to the far side for O'Coin. To Stefanik. And now Lawrence up to the point looking for O'Coin. His one-time shot was blocked and came to Sobieski. Able to slide it out to center before the Jacks sent it right back ahead. Hit a skate, bounced over to Stefanik. His pass was stolen by Slies. Slies into the zone for Veronin. One-timer kicked out by Gaziev. Banach to the rebound. Back across over to Veronin. Up to the point for Sobieski. Kaz eyes the cage. Shot blocked. Got his own rebound, but then lost it out to center. Picking it up in the official's crease was Slice, but taken away by the Jackson into the Youngstown end. Stefanik fanned on his shot. Great defense there by Sobieski. Veronin to the loose puck. Across to Slice, who fires it into the zone. Youngstown to start a line change. Banach up on the forecheck, got the steal. Across off a skate. Came back to a man. Jardine shot, missed the cage. Now Hanrahan shot redirected wide by a cutting Resendez. Muskegon to the rebound. Stewart up the far side. Lumberjacks able to bounce it out to center. Rolls down to the Youngstown zone for Osborne. Drop back for Hanrahan. Fired ahead for Resendez. Landon to Jardine. Back to Resendez. Fed across off the glove of Godziev and then off his helmet. And with no scoring chance imminent, the ref blows the whistle. Fans don't like it, but it is the correct place to blow the whistle, and in fact, we can have a immediate timeout here. 13:57 left in the third. Muskegon leads 3-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 13:57 left in the third. Muskegon leads 3-1. Phantom's goal tonight was a power play goal. Youngstown 14-3 when they score a power play goal this season. But right now find themselves trailing by 2. As we're just a little bit past the quarter pole here of the third period. Stewart to take the draw against Messick to the left of Godziev. Loose in the circle. Muskegon gets control. Coming ahead is Aronson. Chipped it behind the cage. Hanrahan got a stick on it first. And Hammer sends it off the window, off of Messick. Stayed in the zone. Flicking it toward the cage, but missing wide was Stewart. Van Blaricom got to the rebound, worked it to Stewart, tried to feed the point. Resendez picked it off, worked it to Messick, and then Osborne. Resendez ahead, 4-on-2 for the Phantoms. Resendez across, shot, Messick missed the cage. Had room in the top corner and just couldn't pick it. That would have been a big one there for Youngstown. Instead, it is Osborne feeding it far side for Resendez. Landon ahead, took a heavy hit from Sanderson behind the play. Muskegon able to break up the Phantoms' rush and work it back down into the Youngstown end where Resendez was the lone skater down there. Osborne with it, trying to break the forecheck. Banks it ahead. Coming in onside is Hesh. Hesh across, trying to knock it out of midair was Stengram. He couldn't do it. And penalty on the play. They're going to call Godziev for tripping. So, penalty on the Muskegon netminder. Youngstown back to the power play for the 6th time tonight. Time of the penalty on Godziev, 7:13. Muskegon captain David Klee talking things over with referee Daniel Fagan. Didn't look like a penalty to me, but I'm not a USA hockey official. Face off to the left of Godziev. Rusinski to take the draw against Klee. Klee wins it cleanly, but too cleanly. as our linesman says I did not drop that puck correctly. Linesman tonight, Miles McCauley and Zach Bennett. I believe that is McCauley down there to do the face-off. Rosinski wins the draw. Osborne to Sobieski, center point. Kaz shot. Gaziev save. Rebound, still loose. Osborne turn, shot, save, rebound. Where is it? They score! No goal. Goal light is on. Referee's waving no goal. Did we get another premature whistle here from Daniel Fagan? He's already cost the Phantoms one here tonight. Talking it over with the linesman. We do have video review here in the USHL. I did not hear a whistle. 14 seconds have gone off the power play. There's 12:33 left in the third period. Fagan explaining things to Colson Hanrahan and one of the Jacks' assistant captains, who I believe is Xavier Vio. Fagan again gives the no-goal call, and Ryan Ward wants a word. First, he's going to go talk to Parker Burgess. So I've got a couple of looks. I'm not sure. Gaziev, the puck was right around the goal line. A Phantom skater ran into Gaziev, and the puck might have trickled across, but I think in that case it would be no goal. Fagan over talking to Ryan Ward now. Well, I guess the worst part here is that we're not going to get any sort of explanation over the PA or relate to the official score and then up to me. So I can tell all of you what's going on. All I can do is give you my best guess. And it's that a Phantom bumped into Gaziev, or that maybe the whistle had already blown when a Phantom bumped into Gaziev and the puck went back across the goal line. So Youngstown here wins the faceoff as we are back to action. Rusinski turning, shot, missed the cage. Rebound, shoveled in. Gaziev has it, but he is really close to the goal line. Cavelli Center crowd very unhappy. But if I had to guess anything, it's that Gaziev had the puck covered and the whistle blew. I just did not hear the whistle. And the goal light went on. Youngstown wins the draw again. Sobieski to Osborne. Back to Sobieski, center point. Sobieski shot, blocked. Stewart clears it down the ice. Lepak sets it up for Osborne. Osborne to Rusinski into the zone down the right side. Phantoms get it set up. Ryan now into the corner. Still with it. Works it up to Osborne at the line. Back to Rusinski. Right circle. Rue. Shot blocked. Rebound came to Osborne. To Bannock in the right circle. 50 seconds left on the power play. To the point for Osborne. Back to Bannock. Bannock stepped in, took a shot, it got blocked. Rebound chipped out into the neutral zone by Gherkin. Back into the zone come the Phantoms. They'll roll one just to the side of the cage, and Gaziev will throw the trapper on top of it with 29 seconds left on the power play for Youngstown. Face off to the left of Gaziev. Slides to take the draw. Muskegon, however, wins the faceoff clearly, though. Slap it up the far boards, kept nicely by Murphy. Fed across over to Sly. Shot! Score! Santa! I know him! Jamison Sly's the power play bullet. And Youngstown says, puck, don't lie. And gets the power play goal for Sly's, 5th of the season. Time of the goal, 8:51. Phantoms back within 1. Muskegon wins the faceoff. And they'll chip it down into the Youngstown end. Murphy around the cage, watched by Drabicki. Hesh pries it free from the half wall and out to center, but his pass just missed the stick of Santilli. Back into the Youngstown zone. Murphy behind the cage, sends it up the far side. Burchell unable to clear, bouncing puck, ricocheted off a couple of bodies and out to center. Jacks chip one just to the side of the cage. Lepak sets it up for Santilli. Fed over to Murphy. Carter snapped it out to center. His pass stolen by Aronson. Into the zone came the Jacks, but offside. .24 left in the third. Hextall to take the face-off against Stewart. Hextall wins the draw to Haro. Far side for Houston. Cal carries ahead. Long distance shot just wide of the net, but Gadziev going to throw the trapper out and hold on with 10:13 left in this final period of regulation. Face off to the left of Gadziev. Hextall to take the draw. Hextall won the draw to Haro. Trades it off to Sobieski. Kaz around the cage, still with it. Turned, fired, blocked, loose in front, and swept over to the wall by Muskegon. Kept at the point by DeHaro. Over to the half wall for Hextall. Jack stepping in, had it back checked away. Loose in the circle, up to the point, kept by Sobieski. Fed across over to DeHaro. Across Hextall. Hextall stepped in, shot, save, Gadziev, rebound, he'll cover. And we'll have our final media timeout of regulation. 9:43 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-2. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
If you had one shot, one opportunity, one moment that you captured, just let it slip. Look,
Back inside the Gavelli Center, 9:43 left in the third. Phantoms trail by a goal. Offensive zone faceoff. Won by the Jacks, but kept at the point by Youngstown. Worked back down low. Comes around over to the left corner. Rusinski got there first ahead of Veo. Shoveled it back down low. Dexheimer got there ahead of Hextall. Couldn't clear, however. Leaned on by Smith. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Hextall thought he had it free for a moment. Smith does work it free to Rusinski, to Hextall. Shot, save, rebound, shoveled wide of the cage. Behind the net, Dexheimer battles Smith and Rusinski. Pop free, Dexheimer over to the right corner. Couldn't clear. Stripped of the puck by Rusinski. Rue comes near side. Spun, worked it back down low for Hextall. Tried to center for Smith. Chipped out to center by Muskegon as they intercept the pass. Brecken fired it back ahead. With it is Lawrence. Drops it back into his own zone. Barry with it. Out to center off of Deputy. And icing called on Youngstown as Deputy was on the wrong side of center red when he redirected that puck. .836 left in the third. Faceoff looks like it'll be to the left of Gadziev. Bannock to take the draw against Klee. Klee won that cleanly. Clears. Cleared it around, but it hit a seam in the boards and stayed in the zone. Slides to Osborne. Couldn't hold the zone, however. Muskegon coming ahead 3-on-1. Into the zone. Coming Deputy. And he's forced below the goal line. Couldn't make a pass. Christ with it in the left corner. Christ. High stick slides. Nothing coming. And now the gloves are off. And here we go. Houston and Deputy. Deputy missed with an overhand right. Uppercut there by Deputy. Across there by Deputy. Cal with the cross. Deputy missing with the cross. They're down to their knees and the ref's in to break them up. Deputy and Houston both going to be done for the night. Should get 5 and 10 for fighting. But the boys decking the halls here. Spirited little bout there between Deputy and Houston. Looks like there will be no extra instigators or anything like that, so going to stay at 5-on-5. Face off to the left of Lepak. It'll be Bannock to take the draw against Klee once more. Klee won it cleanly. Back for the one-timer by Nestrasil, and Lepak makes the save and holds. Phantoms complaining they weren't given the opportunity to make a line change. Face-off won by Bannock, played behind the cage. In the corner, Phantoms sweep it up the far boards. Protecting the puck was Voronin. His clearing attempt knocked off by Nestrasil. Trickled in on net. Lepak plays it to the left corner. Hanrahan couldn't find it, was in his skates as Slides sends it off the window and down the ice. No icing here as O'Coin slides it across over to Toll. Up to Nestrasil, out to center. Knocked down by Osborne, carried into the zone, found Bannock. Bannock waits, centers, slides, shot, blocker save! Popped up in the air and gloved down by the Jacks. Played to the right corner. Nestrasil able to force his way out to center. Phantoms legally in the zone onside, as Muskegon was the team that brought it back in, but now the Jacks will ice the puck. .7:14 left in the third. Phantoms trail 3-2. As now Parker Burgess something to say to Daniel Fagan. Messick to take the draw for Youngstown. Messick won the draw. Somebody lost the stick as Messick has the puck. Pinned to the corner boards by Lawrence. Came free of the scrum, Youngstown with it. Resendez across, took a shot, blocked into the meshing. It's like they're going to drop the puck to the left of Gadziev. Messick to take the draw against, I believe, Gherkin. Muskegon controls the draw. Veo behind the net to Dexheimer. Into the corner for Veo. And lifted out to center. Batted away by Van Blaricom. Picked up in the Youngstown end by Osborne. Luke carries ahead to the red line and then feeds a man cutting down the right side. Drop back to the half wall and able to work his stick free was Resendez as the puck rolled to center. Sobieski within in his own end. A crossover to Osborne and redirected into the Muskegon zone. Dexheimer got to it behind the cage first, worked it to Veo and then over to Gherkin behind the cage. Up the near wall, past Van Blaricom and out to center. Coming free was Aronson, got a shot through Lepak, and wow, what a quick whistle. As that puck got through Lepak, but went between the arm and the body and out the backside past the cage. 6:06 left in the third. Phantoms trail by a goal. Hesh to take the draw against Lawrence. Faceoff controlled by Muskegon, but unable to hold the zone was Clares. Back to Barry, D to D in their own end, and now out to center. Clubbed back into the zone by Lawrence. Lepak. Little trouble with it behind the cage, but able to work it over to Hesh. Jakob ahead looking for Burchell, and this one is going to be icing on the Youngstown Phantoms as that little bobble behind the cage by Lepak almost spelled disaster, but sometimes the best things you can do is just ice the puck. Hesh to take the draw against Lawrence again. Lawrence wins it cleanly. Nestrasil, shot blocked. Lawrence to the rebound. Trying to fight his way through the check of Hesh, maybe draw a penalty as well as DeHaro gets to the puck. His pass came right back to him after he made it. Then Hesh able to gather it in, at least clear it out to center. Picked up there by Barry. Sent back ahead to the line. Aronson denied the zone by DeHaro. Back ahead for Burchell. Mikey into the offensive end. Puck to the right corner. Picked up there by Clare. Sent around the kick plate. Nestrasil couldn't clear. Chip back behind the cage. Clares picks it up for Muskegon. Up the wall to the point, kept by Hextall. Jack across for a shot that went well wide of the net. DeHaro to the rebound, pinching in. Centering feed, missed everybody, and actually went all the way out to center. Murphy back for it, dropped it back for Hextall. F3 covering up for the defender. Jack into the zone. Jack, right circle, still with it. Shot missed the cage. Off the corner boards, kept by DeHaro. Clubbed it toward the cage. Pad save by Gadziev. Fans changing behind the play. Muskegon Clearing it out to center. Coming ahead is Stewart. Stewart, slapper, missed the cage. Looks like he was trying to pick the top short side corner there on Lepak, and off the corner boards. It went all the way back down into the Muskegon end. O'Coin out to center. Sobieski picked that off, forced his way back into the offensive zone. Now shoved to the board by Clares. Puck rolled into the corner. Battling down there for it is Toll for Muskegon. Behind the cage, it's Klee. 4:15 left in regulation. Phantoms trail by a goal. Out to center. Coming ahead is Christ. One-on-one. His shot blocked into the meshing by Sobieski. .408 left in the third. Shots on goal for the game, 21-18 in favor of Youngstown. I believe that's 8 in the period for the Phantoms and just 2 for Muskegon. Face off to the left of Lepak. Lawrence won the draw, but Muskegon couldn't hold the zone. Out at center, it is Veo firing it in. Lepak stopped it behind the cage, worked it near side for Hanrahan. Couldn't chip it past Stefanik, popped up in the air, settled down for Bannock, and now out to center, looking for Veronin, bounced to Slies, fired into the zone. Veo picks it up in the right wing corner of the Youngstown end, around the half wall, kept for a moment by the Phantoms. Osborne trying to keep the play alive, worked it back down the wall, kept at the line by Osborne. Luke between the circles, his shot blocked to the end wall. Bannock to the rebound, around the wall to Hanrahan. Shoveled back down low, bounced off of Veo, came to the side of the cage. Godziev poking at it. Puck still free. It's Slies firing it around the boards to the far side. Hustling over, trying to keep it alive was Veronin. Settled down for the Jacks. They're just able to work it across the line. Osborne brought it back in. Play was onside. Slies over to Bannock. He'll turn and fire, hit his stick, stayed in play off the right corner glass, but Veronin's play across didn't click. Came back to him on a bounce to Slies. Fed toward the cage, blocked off by Dexheimer. Less than 3 minutes left. Clearing attempt knocked off by Hanrahan. Second effort, Jacks able to get it out to center. Down into the Youngstown zone while the Jacks change, it's Resendez. Dances past Nestrasil. Landon into the zone, 1-on-4. Shot, Godziev save. Rebound, Resendez couldn't center. Bounced over to the corner. Phantoms with it. Up to the point for DeHaro. Tried to slap her with his skates tangled by a defender's stick. Think that was the stick of Sanderson, nothing called. Play continues. Lepak heading to the bench for the extra attacker. 2:20 left in regulation. Phantoms net is empty as Muskegon plays the puck back out to center. Rasinski picks it up just inside the blue line. Rasinski with it, worked it to DeHaro. Connor spun away from the net and got it to Murphy. Across for DeHaro. Connor to the red line, chipped across for Messick. 1:55 left in regulation. Over to the corner for Bannock. Back behind the cage for Resendez. Taken away by the Jacks, cleared to the point, kept by Sobieski. Kaz behind him to Resendez. Across, Sobieski faked the shot. Stepped down low. Fed it in front. Went past a couple of Phantom sticks in front of an open net. Nobody could touch it. Phantoms with it up to the point. Osborne over to Sobieski. Slap pass. Didn't get through. Over to DeHaro. Now into the left corner for Messick. 1:20 left in regulation. Tangled up in the corner. Both teams have been out here for a while. Phantoms work it free. Resendez shot, missed the cage. Bounced off the end wall, almost came back in front. Resendez keeps it at the right half wall. Fed it down low. Side of the cage. Godziev covers. With 58.9 left in the third, and I believe we'll probably see a timeout here for Youngstown. In fact, Ryan Ward already has the whiteboard out, so we will go ahead and step aside. 58.9 seconds left in regulation. Youngstown trails by a goal. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Premier Bank is powered by people. People like our proud and strong and wonderfully one-of-a-kind customers who trust us with their dreams and goals. People like our attentive employees who listen and collaborate to consistently deliver the best customer service in the business. People like those in our community who help us make the places we call home as strong as they can possibly be. People like you, who we look forward to connecting with at yourpremierbank.com. Premier Bank, powered by people. Member FDIC.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
58.9 seconds left in regulation. Youngstown trails by a goal. Owen Leadpack is on the bench for the extra attacker. It will be Ryan Rusinski to take the faceoff. I want to say against David Klee. And Rusinski wins the draw. They'll work it up to the point to Osborne. Left behind him for Sobieski. Down the right wall. Sobieski shot. Godziev save. He'll hold. Face off to the left of Godziev once more. Face-off won cleanly by Youngstown. Osborne to Sobieski. Back to the right half wall to Osborne. Luke looking for an option. Fed in the slot. Hextall's one-timer was blocked. Behind the cage, it slides. Lost his footing. Klee off the window, out to center. Fans looking for a call, but there was nothing there. Osborne with it. Fires it into the zone. Comes around to the near side for Slies. Touch it to Banach. Got it on net. Sticked out by Godziev and then iced by the Jacks. Hustling down the ice to draw the icing whistle is Sobieski with 21.3 rather, left in regulation. Phantoms looking for a little Christmas magic here. Face off to the left of Godziev. Rusinski going to take the draw against Klee. Klee gets a warning but isn't kicked out. Rusinski wins it cleanly. Sobieski down the wall. Fed it into the slot, turning shot. Banach blocked, bouncing around, and played to the corner. 13 seconds left in regulation. Up to the point, it's Sobieski. Sobieski shot, redirected wide over the cage by Rusinski. Osborne couldn't work it down the wall. It's sent out to center, and that will do it. Muskegon holds on for the 3-2 win. Snaps Youngstown's 8-game home winning streak. Final shots on goal, 23-18 in favor of the Phantoms. Youngstown outshoots Muskegon 10-2 in the third period, but could not find an equalizer. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the post-game show here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Tipping is out of control these days.
Tip, Swayman, a tough one for a goaltender.
Everywhere you look, tip, tip, tip.
Tip and goal. Under the arm of Sarles.
Sometimes all they did was stand there.
This goes off the left leg. That's pretty much how you're going to beat Markstrom.
And it's always when you're trying to save.
No chance for Ottinger.
What? I love tipping.
Youngstown is a distinguished legacy, and we're honored to now serve the Mahoning Valley. In your story, we find our purpose. And Number One Cochrane is committed to ensuring every chapter is driven by reliability and dedication. Because buying or servicing a vehicle is more than just a transaction. It's about helping people go farther, accomplish more, and enjoy the freedom of reliable transportation. With a great selection of brands in Youngstown, we can offer you more choices, greater value, and our completely transparent, clearly better car buying experience.
Get me drain. Get me drain.
Drain or sewer problems? Call Get Me Drain at 330-758-5031 and get it fixed fast. Call now, 330-758-5031.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center for the postgame show. Your final score here tonight, Muskegon 3 and Youngstown 2. Muskegon scored the only 2 goals of the first period. At 1:36, it was Ethan Drabicki, his first of the season. Tynan Lawrence with the assist. Then at 3:30, it was Carter Sanderson, his third of the year. Xavier Veillot and Kurt Gherkin with the helpers. Phantoms got on the board 5 seconds into the second period. A power play goal for Kazimierz Sobieski. Adam Banach with the assist. Muskegon got a power play goal as well. At 11:15 was Drew Stewart, his 6th of the season. Barrett Dexheimer and Vaslav Nestrasil with the assist. 3-1 Muskegon at the end of the second. Phantoms get a power play goal from Jameson Slies at 8:51 of the third. Assist to Carter Murphy, but unfortunately could not get an equalizer behind Shika Gadziev, who got the win, his 11th on the season. He stopped 21 out of 22. Owen Lepak takes the loss. He stopped 15 out of 18. Muskegon power play was 1 for 2. Youngstown power play was 1 for 6. Another 1-goal game between these two teams, and they will play one more to wrap up the 2024 portion of the schedule tomorrow night here at the Cavelli Center. A 6:05 puck drop here in Youngstown. We'll go on the air with a pregame show at about 5:45. For my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven, pushing the buttons, keeping us on the air. Brendan Miller, keeping things up to date on social media for you. I am Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. One more time, your final score, Muskegon 3 and Youngstown 2. We will catch you here tomorrow night at the Cavelli Center. Sound out, fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.